Hello and welcome back to Out of the Abyss for the first time in 5
years.
Yeah, 5 years.
We all definitely didn't forget what we're doing.
No,
I didn't.
Not at all.
I have notes.
Through no faults of our own, mostly. Nah, it's actually kind of my fault.
I have notes.
But yeah, so the last time we were all together, you guys were recovering from your intense encounter with an overwhelming opposition of oozes in the royal sphere in the pudding court section of town. After witnessing the overwhelming odds and numbers against the Zverfneblet of Lingenstone, you reported back to Senni, who promptly called a meeting of the Council of Blingdenstone, a meeting to which you were all invited and attended the next day. Plans were discussed, ideas were tossed about, but basically, if I recall correctly, I believe the approximate plan that you landed on was something akin to a sort of false front attack that would hopefully serve as a distraction for most, if not all, of the ooze force.
Right, we did decide.
And a elite few Navy SEAL style folks would sneak around behind enemy lines and take out the Pudding King in hopes of that.
Who are the SEALs?
Perf. I mean, at least one of you can cast polymorph,
us?
so it could be several of you. Yeah.
Yes. Just Senni.
Only if you're willing.
Just Senni. Just send Dorbo, it'll be fine. Then Jim Jar can have her.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
There you go.
Topsy-turvy in there, all right.
Right. So, moving on with that sort of general plan in mind, the tasks at hand laid out before you involved cleansing the Steadfast Stone, which was something that you had talked about with Gurnik earlier.
Yeah.
But that cleansing it should allow you to elemental creatures to pass through the Rockblight area of the city without going insane and trying to murder whoever's nearby.
And hashtag blessed.
Right. And then, yes, as a reward for that, you were promised some sort of blessing from the God of Stone.
+3+.
With a hashtag.
If you pull it off. And so, the other objective here is finding Entomoc's boon, but the prerequisite to that is, of course, getting rid of the thing that could drive it insane. So, yeah, first things first, you guys headed off into the Rockblight the following day and headed mostly due north through the Rockblight as much as possible. You found a room full of crystals, in which was also a statue of a Zverfneblin male, who you, Yormik, were sort of able to tell that it kind of seemed like this crystal that he had in his hand, he was sort of trying to raise it to almost to look through it before becoming stone, it might seem.
Becoming legend.
And after some deliberation, Yormik decided that he would stone shape, with the assistance of Bryn molding earth on the crystals to make them better fit. But I believe everyone except Nero has a pair of eye-patched stone scouter things.
Power meters from Dragon Ball Z.
Basically.
Yeah.
Have a pair had Dawnbringer looking for me. I'm not actually looking.
Right. Okay.
Does
Okay.
anyone see your register at like -2 on the scanner?
Just going down every second. This is
Mine's on the fritz.
I mean,
No.
we can
What's
test
wrong?
it.
What's wrong?
We can test that.
So
Mine's giving me a null reference error.
after
Power not found.
examining the area a bit and leaving the crystal chamber, you headed further north, down a staired tunnel until you came to the base of the stairs. And about 30 feet in front of you the female drow was sitting on a Zirkwood throne. More like
Whoa,
this.
She thick.
Um,
Man, didn't know that there was
I
gonna
should
be
get
that.
closer.
Didn't know it was gonna be that kind of session.
Throne.
throne.
That's an oval. That's not a throne.
It might be like, I'm imagining kind of like a velveteen dog bed
Right.
that she'd be lounging in.
Oh, he's
Love
going
it.
for.
No, she doesn't have friends. Stop it.
I forgot it.
No, stop.
have cool statue minis.
Stop.
Oh.
She doesn't need statues.
Yes, she does.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but she doesn't need
I don't know what
any
you're
more
pointing
men.
at. Wait, all right.
Oh, these are the
Oh,
angels
they all
from
go on the
Dr.
squares.
Can they stand?
They
Oh, they
can.
can
They can be a
stand.
little finicky.
Alright, just nobody roll your metal dice like me.
So
This one's not.
you arrived in the chamber of the female drow, and
Is that the official title?
the female drow.
No, this is the Chamber of the Female Drow. Is that the official
Book
stream?
2 of
The
the
official
Nero
stream
Potter
Yep.
series.
Already
It
dead.
does sound a ton of book.
Cool. So we pick up here. There's one additional statue in the rear of the room. That's what that big oval is.
I don't see it.
I'm just not good at drawing things, so that's
No.
fine.
It doesn't count. Doesn't many.
It's not a Why did your feet not work?
There's a protrusion.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice. It's cute.
Is she saying anything?
So, as you guys get to the bottom of the flight of stairs, she stands, eyes closed and arms crossed as if in meditation or prayer.
Okay, well, good.
I like that.
Then her white hair writhes, and you see that it is in fact formed of pale, hissing snakes.
Great.
Easy.
Medusa.
So,
What's that?
Yormik
Medusa.
and Nero, as you two are in the front, I need you two to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You know, even with the eyeball.
Hey, broski, I got you.
Yours is with advantage.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, mine's not. That's tragic.
Uh,
Alright, guys. I'll see you
12s.
next fight.
17.
okay.
Oh!
Killed it.
Oh,
we made a
save to not immobilize.
It's good to be back.
I don't think.
God, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
so
plus 2.
There we go.
Because you're next
Oh.
one.
so
19.
I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Yeah. You know what?
She's dead.
That's a 20. Come on. That's a 3.
Two.
So
I got a
4.
4. So that's. My dexterity is 14 for some reason. So. 6.
Inaugural roll. Don't give me a 1.
It's a
Knock on
grape
wood.
I have with past self.
Oh, that's what the dice box is for.
Huh.
Anybody above 20?
That's not great.
Any above
I
15?
thought I heard Caleb say he had a 21.
18? Alright. No one else above 15?
No.
How about above 10?
14.
Okay. Still no there? Okay. Alright. Eldest and Jim Jar.
Please be before her.
Poo Poo Von Poo Poo.
That's the plan. As soon as I turn to stone.
What was your initiative?
6. 4.
Oh, so we can't take reactions until after we go.
Right. I use my. I
Perfect.
hold my action to cast counterspell.
Oh no!
That's, I
It's
blame
starting.
you. I'm calling you on that. It was definitely.
I'm not
Joseph.
touching the table.
I definitely.
Am I-
It was 100%.
Very
I'm like,
strong.
I'm like shaking my
Here,
leg over
switch
here.
this
So I
one
thought-
over there.
Yep. Strong possibility.
There,
to
there's
see.
actually 2 destroyed statues.
Now, yeah, these are already
They're
dead.
broken.
So, Vera, you'll move first. I need you to start off by making an Arcana or History check.
Medusa.
What'd you roll? 14?
I've had it with these snakes
15.
enough.
15?
Enough.
So, you're pretty well versed in, the sort of world's creature codex, given a lot of the type of research that you've done. You recognize the type of creature with this snake-like hair, and having this tidbit of information before you move, you can elect to avert your gaze from it.
So I look at it and go, oh, that's some shit.
Yep.
Basically, how does that?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, this creature very much reminds you of a Medusa.
So I'm short. I can't see over the stairs. I move up a little bit. I'm just like, what are we dealing with up here? Don't look at it. Don't do. Is it just its eyes?
It's it. Sorry.
It's like
So
a
the whole thing.
Let me.
You remember how?
It is specifically your ability to see the Medusa's eyes, but to fully safely look away from it, you have to
Sure.
literally take her out of your view.
Similar to Demogorgon.
Or be behind her.
Demogorgon.
All right. So if you don't want to be turned into stone like those statues, do not. Looking at Yormik. Look at it.
No, I just did. We're fine.
And then, do I know if they have spellcasting powers?
Not in. They do not innately have spellcasting powers.
Okay.
They called it a witch.
That's true.
He's using his
I love it.
Just
Getting the fireball template out.
What are you doing?
Yep.
I am going to.
You can avert your gaze and hold
Yeah.
if you've got nothing.
But that's boring.
True.
Should I web or should I slow?
Get him.
I'm
They're
gonna.
probably
I'm gonna
blind.
try for the slow. I'm gonna start with the slow.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna aim it, and just it takes. It's a huge cube, so I'm just gonna be like, over there.
Ish. So I think it's the same size as Fireball, right?
It's cube.
Is it a fireball-sized cube?
I think.
I think
it is.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You get one half the room.
So,
Why would you do that? There's no
I'll try to
way.
affect the statues too, just in case.
okay.
40 for cube.
Wow. I rolled 2 d20s and they were both cocked.
Terrible? Another terrible, right?
40-foot cube.
Yeah.
It is a will save, wisdom save.
Wisdom saving. Yeah.
Okay. So that is an unnatural 20
So she
for
fails.
her save.
Are these statues all standing up, or are they just falling over?
They're all standing
You knocked
upright.
them over, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were racing.
Intentionally. You reached out your hand and slapped them back.
Honestly, it was quite the subconscious maneuver.
Yeah.
rules.
It's fine. They're all already dead, right?
3, 4,
Yep.
5.
Why'd
Yes.
you say it like that, Kevin? Huh.
And I'll hold there.
Okay. Gaze averted. Correct.
Yep.
All right. So it is our fair lady's turn.
Not my fair lady.
And,
What did you try doing?
I tried slow air.
Oh.
And having stood from her throne, you see she quickly darts around behind her throne. In fact, so it's a very big, hefty stone throne, and she basically hops right behind it, and the two of you, having looked at her initially, would be able to see that as she goes around her throne, she grabs a bow as she goes around behind it.
A mere bow.
A mere bow.
Why would you say
I think
that?
slow was the correct choice.
And
even though I failed.
she is going to fire some arrows
Please.
in your directions.
Some?
uh,
Oh, she passed. Yeah.
Which I can't see her doing, probably.
So there's a 21 to hit you,
Yeah. Okay.
and then a 17 also to hit you.
Ah.
Oh, she just doesn't like
Ow.
you, buddy.
Hits.
Sorry, man. Can't imagine what that's
I'm
like.
going
2
to.
hits, yeah.
I'm gonna cutting words the second one.
Okay.
Oh, please, big.
What'd you say the second one was?
17.
Yeah.
How low does he gotta go?
4.
We're good.
So
Only one
13
hit.
misses.
We are good.
Okay.
Yeah, your Diddy.
So
Your mom.
These rocks.
Your
blade.
Mima.
You want one?
Yeah.
You would know.
You would know.
Can I use a pen?
So you're going to take
You guys want
10 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 4 points of poison damage.
Easy.
As one arrow sails from behind the throne, gets you in the shoulder. Bryn, you haven't actually taken your action yet in
yeah.
combat.
You're right.
And because you're not down quite far enough
Oh.
to see her, like if you had seen her, maybe, but just because you probably haven't
Uh-huh.
seen her specifically yet.
Ah.
So I'm gonna roll for the second arrow that also hits you.
So I can't see her shooting the arrows, but I can hear the bowstrings and stuff, I'm assuming. So I think she might be that. One flies in the arm, like, no, she's using a bow. And then I'm gonna try and shield the second arrow that flies from a bow.
Okay, put it in the your ward.
My ward, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So the damage from the second one is 6 points of piercing and 9 points of poison. So 15 gets taken out of your ward.
Okay.
Thank you, Vera.
No problem.
Magic arrow spell. What's this one?
That's it. That's just a normal arrow.
Isn't there an arrow spell? Are we sure? I can't.
There is.
Can you see the?
But usually there's acid involved.
Oh.
It felt like there was acid involved.
But yeah, so basically after basically ducking behind the throne, she's peering out from behind. Well, okay, so my left and her left on the map, if that makes sense. From behind it. So looking in that direction, you would be able to see her. Bryn, you are now up. You see 2 arrows come just out of the room in front of you, and Vera gets down in front and just goes like, oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna take
Handy that I went first.
a few steps down and hearing Vera kind of explain not to look at this thing, and I would have probably heard something about Medusas in my time.
Yeah, roll a history check.
9.
A 9. You would have heard of them. You would at least be familiar with the gaze, and yeah, that's probably about it.
Okay, so knowing that their gaze can be an issue, would I be able to see her enough to cast blindness?
So because it's blindness like targets this individual, you would have to make the gaze save. You would have to make enough contact for that.
Okay,
But you are wearing one of Yormek's silly stone scouter headgears. So.
sure. So
And you're next to me.
we'll give it a shot. I have to get a little bit closer. So
Still within 10 feet.
5, 15, 25.
Yeah, that's my first.
This is fine. And then I'll cast blindness on her.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Do it. Constitute the heck out of her.
At advantage because I have the goofy.
Yes.
Goofy
Sorry,
headgear.
good catch.
16, 18, 20.
20? Nice. Okay. Yeah. And then what's the save for blindness?
Blindness is a Constitution save.
Okay. 11 plus 3, I don't think does it.
Nope.
Okay. And then, right, is it a save each round to end it then?
It is. At the end of each of its turns, it can make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Yep. And then I will scurry on back.
Okay. Yeah, so you step down and you look at her and you are racked with this just strange feeling. You pause briefly and you force yourself to look away after you complete the casting of your spell. Anything else on your turn?
Doing that boy's DA.
The classic.
Hey.
I lay
Inspired here.
a hand on Nero's shoulder and say, "Go get him."
All right. Jim Jar is up next. And Jim Jar, also wearing the silly little headgear.
Let's go.
I mean, it's not that silly. It's worked really well so far. Let's be real.
One of my rolls was a 2, so
Better.
I could have Jim Jar cast blindness on himself. That would probably not do a
double
whole lot, though.
blindness.
It's perfect. I think he is basically gonna take this for the gun show challenge that it is, and he's gonna get just inside the room, strafe to the right, and look for a shot with his hand crossbow, which is going to be at advantage because she's blind.
Ooh-wee.
13 plus, that will hit. the Medusa, and he rolls all the d4s. Or d6s.
Wait, so since she's blinded, he doesn't have to make the save? Or is he shooting not looking at her?
No, he's gonna have to make the save, but he's also.
Okay.
I'm just doing his attack
Snakes
first.
are like.
Nice.
Not a great roll there.
Yeah, but that's her hair, not her.
Same.
So a grand total of 12 damage.
You're not doing a good job.
Okay.
It sounds like there's a lot more snakes in
So-
there.
And Jim Jar needs to make his save,
Still probably
also at
not.
advantage.
Probably not.
14 plus. Oh, plus 0, huh?
Red and worse.
Oof.
Your racer's not doing the job.
It's a pad of like.
Okay.
50 of those.
Oh man, we are shaking.
Sorry.
Shaking like a Polaroid.
Like
Steve.
Okay.
acceleration there.
So, Jim Jar's turn is. Actually, so he'll basically finish moving and get behind that statue and just bonus action hide.
Yeah, that's a smart move, Jim Jar. Good job, bro. It looks like you've upped your game.
I rolled his stealth check with advantage. Double nat 1.
Cool.
Jim Jar gets over to this statue and goes to hide behind it and knocks it over. And it shatters and pulverizes right in front of him.
Cool. Okay. The statues.
Rather loudly.
Let's go.
Wow. A plus, Jim Jar.
Nice thing is that one's supposed to be knocked over now. So.
Right, so we can just leave it.
Yeah.
After being blinded by Bryn, you hear some faint but distinct hissing coming from behind the throne. And it is then that you see the large statue along the back of the wall begin to move and charge.
Don't like that.
The statue is humanoid in shape, but appears to have been assembled from, like, sort of piecemeal from parts of other statues.
Neat.
Looks
It's a
weak.
Zord.
It looks weak. It's a Zord.
Sure. Are we just filling it up?
Yeah, I figured.
So it is going to come up along the right side of
Your
the
right or
throne.
my right?
My right
The right side
is
of the
mostly the same as your right, but yeah. So it is at 30 feet, and then it stops. And
Fact check
Uh-oh.
you.
oh, shit, wait,
Stops and
Technically?
Sure.
I lied. It is actually going to charge at Vera.
Oh, snap.
Sick.
It's going to make one attack at her at the conclusion of its charge.
Does your slow zone
No.
It's not a persistent effect like that. But he didn't roll great. It's gonna be a 17 to hit.
I'm gonna shield the fuck out of that.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So
Can't
You
actually.
reacted already.
Yeah, I did.
okay, yeah.
Thank you, though.
17.
So,
already.
It comes up to you.
All cutting words it.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that.
2.
2. Does a 15
No.
still hit you?
Oh,
Miss
no.
just misses.
516 AC.
So-
because of the ring.
Nice. So the huge statue creature comes up and it goes to swing its just huge club arm out at you.
It's like behind me, like I hear the.
But
Love
you
it.
hear Bryn's voice, and the swing goes just too high and it just smashes its arm into the wall right above you.
I think Bryn's just like duck.
Okay, Eldith is up next, and
Soon, Jordan. We're soon.
she is going to. I mean, she's got a hammer. I think it's hammer time.
Yeah.
She's gonna
It's also
charge
a
at the
chisel.
statue creature
Stop.
and make a pair of attacks.
Hammer time. Da-da-da.
Natural 17, natural 18.
Nice.
Go, Eldith.
Yeah.
Go, Eldith. Go,
So she's gonna
go,
hit
Eldith.
it
Go, Eldith.
for
Eldith has the highest.
19 points of
I'm
damage.
multi-classing in Bard.
She just. Oh wait, actually,
You're doing a better job than I am.
she makes good contact, but this creature, it is just solid stone, and her attacks are not quite as effective as they would be against something a little more
Not stone.
meat popsicle-y. Okay. And she also is not looking towards the throne at all. She is purely focused on the large creature in front of her. Yormik.
Oh, this is your last chance to surrender. The Iron Hands bring death from above. I'm gonna try to get
I
it
don't know anymore. I suppose Shadow Hand.
to hit them both. And I'm gonna cast Storm Sphere.
Shadow Brewer?
So I need a strength save from both of them.
Okay.
Just mark this.
That's going to be a 24 from the large creature and
Succeeds.
a natural 16 plus 0.
Oh, that.
I think that ties you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it does.
Man, why do you suck?
Oh, that's a good question. So they're gonna take half of 12.
Dude, you maxed it.
There
You
we
suck
go.
less.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, just
12?
kidding. They take none. Sorry. Yeah,
That's
nope.
not a boy.
No damage.
Oh, because it's the
I'm
initial.
gonna succeed. Yes, but with a bonus action, I will lightning bolts. I will bring a lightning bolt down at whatever is behind this chair.
Okay. How does that particular part of the spell read?
You can use a bonus action on each of your turns to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the center of the sphere towards one creature you choose from 60 feet to the center. Make a ranged spell attack. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is in the sphere. On a hit, the target takes 46 lightning damage.
Okay. I'm sorry, I just want to check
No,
the
no,
wording
that's
on
totally
another
reasonable.
spell to see how it's probably intended or not.
You should look at it.
Oh, I'll look at it. Don't think I won't.
I'm glad she's already blinded, so we don't have to talk about discussing whether I need to follow them to do.
Okay, no, so I wasn't sure if you had to see it to choose it with that, because it says a creature you choose.
Yeah.
And so I checked Disintegrate, and Disintegrate says a target that you can see within range. So if you had to be able to see it, I think it would say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the...
Sweet.
What do we do for the bolt of-
Also,
So
you
I
can
attack.
choose
It's
a
a
creature.
ranged attack.
What?
With
Dolphin
advantage if they're in the
also,
sphere.
You can
which
choose. a
she
creature.
is.
Don't have to see it.
So 19?
A 19 is good enough to hit, yeah.
Okay. 11 plus 6, 17 points of lightning damage.
Listen, I didn't smite
17
last
points of
combat.
lightning
I'm, like,
damage.
blue balled for smiting.
And then I move over next to Jim Jar,
It's true.
like towards the back, so that there's
So
potentially.
your bolt of lightning leaps out. You see it strike somewhere behind the throne, where you see the flash of lightning. You don't see it strike, but you
Yes.
know it strikes somewhere behind the throne, and you hear this like scream that's very very Cassiopeia-esque. I mean,
Love it.
yeah. I'm not even gonna try it. It's never gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying.
This is your last chance. You can still give us all the gold you have, and we'll leave you in one piece.
We do have a pretty good track record against Drow.
And I will end
Especially
my turn
female
next
drow.
to Jim Jar.
Okay.
What? You haven't arcane wisdom and just like nuked him yet.
Well, Mr. Amaris,
Finally.
your faculties are your own. You're last in the initiative order, but it is your turn.
I may be the last, but I'll be the fastest.
Do you avert your gaze?
So with my free action, can I put the little guys on that Yormik gave me?
No, just because you're wearing a helmet.
Oh,
I wouldn't
that's
let it be
fair.
a free
Okay,
action.
no glasses.
Okay.
We're booking it. Clicking my boots together.
That's
Definitely
definitely
not
cool.
looking at her. I'm gonna reiterate to Dawnbringer, remember what we said about you being my eyes. Gonna really appreciate that in this moment. So I'm gonna click my boots of speed and book it over to the drow lady.
Okay.
And
Are your eyes just shut right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that's fair.
That's yep. And I'm gonna swing at her twice.
Okay.
That's not the good part.
Yeah, make a pair of attacks at disadvantage.
But not because advantage because she's blinded. So equal.
It's the blind fighting the blind.
literally the blind fighting the blind.
It's up to you. I could do it at disadvantage though if you want.
Did you bow of enemy to her?
No, not yet.
No, he had to bonus action to activate his boots.
I'm banking on blind, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Make
If
two
you want,
attacks,
it
no,
can
it's
be
okay.
disadvantage. I'm totally cool with it. I'm not trying to rule broker you. Well, that's a 13.
13 does not hit.
That's a 17.
A 17 does hit.
And it's a Divine Smite level 2.
Okay.
Really?
As you did. as one does. All of my d8s in one go. And it's all radiant damage, baby. And that sucked. 9, 10, 12, plus 6, so 18.
18 points of damage?
Yep.
Not bad.
Is that right?
Yeah, you swing out with Dawnbringer, and I mean you hear her like gasp and small shriek, and you know that your attack made contact.
Let's go again. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
You know what we doing again. What are these spell slots for if not Divine Smite?
Get him.
Oh yeah, better.
Much better.
Much better. 16, 21, plus 6, so 27.
27 points of damage? Jeez.
Gotcha. All radiant. With my lightsaber.
Yeah, you slash forward twice and hear her gasp and recoil as you hit both times. Eyes wide shut.
Wide shut.
I like that.
Vera, we're back to you.
Oh, hello, big friendly giant.
What if though?
But actually, though?
So, I don't know. I know what Vera would do here. I don't know if these golems have the same properties as they do in Pathfinder, but we're gonna find out. I don't really want you here right now, so please go away. I'll try and banish him. The big giant.
Okay.
The stone creature thingy.
Sure.
Thanks for that.
What is the... It's a charisma save?
DC 15.
No. I was like,
I was
if it has a
assuming-
positive modifier, maybe.
I'm
But
assuming-
the -5 charisma modifier
I might be counting on that.
with a 12, probably
I
not
was like,
doing
a
it.
golem can't have much charisma.
I was kind
right?
of counting on that.
Yeah, so you see the creature, as it was winding up to make another attack against you, just disappears from sight.
I appreciate it. And I'm going to move by the statue. Actually, hold on, I'm here.
I have no idea what's going on in this combat anymore, except that there's somebody in front of me.
I'm going to
Well,
move
things
here.
got a lot quieter just now.
All right. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything about that. I know in Pathfinder, like some golems are just immune straight up
Can
to
you-
magic.
Can you put
Like,
this
you cannot affect
where
their
it
magic. And I'm
disappeared
just like, I
from?
don't know if that's gonna work here. I'm gonna bring my highest
Why?
level spell slot and see what happens.
Because it comes back at the same spot.
No, it doesn't.
And I get 8 charges back on my shield.
Damn, nice.
Let's go.
All right.
How about
Any bonus actions or anything?
Nope.
Okay. So we are back to the Medusa's turn. And let's see. So nobody can actually see her at the moment. Make a... Now, we'll just use your passive perception for this. And it's probably fine anyways.
Or
No
Dawnbringer's
joke intended.
passive.
Well, no. So this one is purely auditory, but you hear in front of you a small clatter of wood on the floor, and
Drop the
a
Oh, I'm about to be
that is
shit.
clearly a weapon of some sort being unsheathed.
It's a Vorpal blade.
Oh, Nero got her. I heard the bolt are up.
Yeah, so she's going to make some attacks against you.
Quick point of order. You also need to make a strength save because you ended your turn in the storm sphere.
Lol.
D.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that during his turn.
Oh, so did I.
Oh, awkward.
Strength
I mean, you would
save,
see
20.
it. If you wouldn't have
you're
gotten
good.
it, don't go in it.
I would
20
not have.
anyways.
Unless what happens?
20
damage
I
for
to
know.
it?
save.
To
Okay.
hit.
Okay, I'm not risking
So
the
it,
concentration.
Oh.
I think it doesn't move.
I thought he meant Nero. I was like, Nero probably goes in it, but
Oh,
yeah,
certainly.
Nero probably
That,
goes.
Right.
that doesn't change my course of action.
No.
Storm sphere, no more like my living room. Let's go. So the first attack against you is actually with the serpents that make up her hair.
Yeah.
There's a grand total of 24 to hit you.
Yeah, I'll hit it.
I thought you said 24 serpents hit him.
24.
Are the serpents
They're
blinded?
colonies.
Are the serpents blinded?
So you're gonna
I'm
take.
pretty confident. Just
I think I stood at like 17th level. In fact, all the serpents.
So you're gonna take 4 points of piercing damage
and 2,000
and 12 points of poison damage.
Easy.
As you just feel like a bunch of
16,
tiny fangs that like get you in all of the gaps in your armor. And she does make a pair of sword attacks at you as well. One is a 22 to hit, the other is a lowly 12 to hit.
Okay, only the 22 hits.
Okay. Then this is just 6 points of piercing damage
That's it.
from that attack.
What's that?
Yeah.
Where's the poison damage? Every drow does poison damage.
Poison
Kevin.
tipped arrows. man.
Everybody knows that every drow
This
does
is
poison
not your
damage,
average drow, my man.
Don't all drows have snakes for hair?
right? And poison blades.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also ones.
Yes.
And also ones that have a key. Does she know the keyword?
If I round up,
Ooh.
if I round up 100% of female that I've seen have snakes for hair.
If you hand her that short sword, she might know the keyword.
We've seen more than two.
Well, if she
You guys
insists.
have.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I've seen one of the female.
Yeah.
All evidence points to.
She hanging out there.
She is going to move out of
Yeah, she is.
the storm sphere.
With my
And-
relentless adventure. When
Nero's
you-
favorite words to hear.
Yeah, so she'll step away.
Oh.
What is it?
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
I will.
So you hear, you wince from the pain of being stabbed and bitten by dozens of snakes. You hear the first few footsteps, and you swing trying to follow where you think they're going, but you're not accustomed to fighting with your eyes shut, and you miss. And she is basically going to move this way towards this corner of the room.
She's still blinded, right?
Difficult terrain in the circle.
Yes, and now she has to make a save at the end of her turn.
Okay.
15.
Save for blindness
30.
is a natural 4. Is not going to do it.
Dude, she's still blind.
Still blind, but ironically, she's still trying to look at you. Okay,
I
Bryn.
mean, I would.
All right, so I'm going to step a little bit forward. And
They can't see through your storm sphere, can they? Is it
Uh,
like vision obscuring?
It is not, but it is sound obscuring. It is difficult terrain, and things within it have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks made to listen, by the way.
Oh,
There you go.
so I'm going to.
Doesn't matter. She stabbed me, so I'm pretty sure I know she used a sword on me.
It was just an arrow.
I feel pretty confident.
Quick arrow.
feel pretty confidently in knowing I was bit and stabbed.
It's all arrows, man. She's just real fast at firing little darts and arrows. Anyway, so I step forward and I am, still getting used to the ability to commune with the stones around me. So as the stones, I sort of like look at the stones underneath her and like hold a hand out, and at first it looks like it's just rippling, like I've been doing with the mold earth cantrip, and then suddenly the stones under her and around her just erupt up in this like volcanic like explosion as I cast erupting earth.
okay.
Let's go.
gonna
That's a
get
deck
this.
save, right?
We're gonna get this statue involved in there as well.
What's the square?
It is a deck save. It's a 20-foot cube square.
It's actually
Okay. Well, the
exactly
statue that is just a
that's fine.
statue is going to fail the deck save that it isn't going to make.
that. One of these is not.
Um,
Calm.
Yeah.
and she
Hey, which one?
also fails.
Let's see it.
Nice. So she will take the most damage that I've done in this whole campaign.
Nice. What's that?
3d12.
3d12.
Wow, that could be
Yes.
some value right there.
So,
Daddy Bryn.
so your eyes are closed, and the storm is raging, so you're effectively deaf, kind of?
It's not value, but it could be. So that's 14.
14 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay.
And then the ground around her is difficult terrain.
Let's go. Good thing my boots speed are on.
Sweet.
I would never get to her. I'd go from one difficult terrain to
That
I'd
one doesn't
rather
do
slow-
prone, right? That's just Earth Tremor that can knock prone, I think.
Think I'm out of the storm. Oh, wait.
they come out of the storm. What's with this ground?
Yeah, it does not knock prone.
Okay. This is quite the storm. It caused ripples in the stone under my feet. What is happening?
What happens?
Sweet.
So it would have actually targeted it away from Nero. So doing.
Still hit the statue.
Yeah. So doing this sort of cube.
Yeah, I imagine it's like, sort of like Talia's W
Yeah.
kind of thing, where just the
Warpers.
ground just like, I don't know, just
The
surges
earthquake
up,
animation
throws
from
them.
Pokemon
Or,
Stadium.
I don't remember who Talia is.
That's right.
oh, she's literally just an earthbender. That's her whole
Oh
kit.
yeah.
I'm gonna imagine. I'm gonna
Yeah.
choose to imagine Toph.
Yep, there you go. Sweet. And so that's all difficult terrain now, you said?
Yes.
Right.
And then we'll spread the love around a little bit and
Yes.
walk over here a little bit to Yormik. Sorry, that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll stay out a little bit. Just say, hey, Yormik, I think I'm learning a thing or two about blowing stuff up.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort.
Maybe I'll learn some more tricks from you.
Watch this.
All right.
It's not your turn yet. It's Jim Jar's turn.
But it all happened so quickly.
Jim Jar, who nat 1 through advantage on his stealth check against a blind enemy. Amazing. So he is going to, he's going to creep up behind the other statue, and he'll risk it. He's going to make his attack at advantage since he's still blind.
That one, right?
And he definitely hits and gets sneak attack
Get it.
for 16 points of
It's a
damage.
good thing this can't turn you to stone, though.
I'm pretty sure that.
And he makes a save. All right.
I don't remember.
Nope. Okay. So you see Jim Jar rush up behind that drow statue, peer around, fire a nicely aimed shot that gets the Medusa right in the torso. But as he pulls back to grab another bolt to load into his hand crossbow, you see his motions just start to slow. And like the pigment is bleeding out of his person. He's not stoned currently, but looks like just slowing down.
Should I look at her, guys, so I can swim with her?
Next up is our banished friend, which means next up is Aldith, who is not doing anything, but she definitely would have just seen Jim Jar start to not feel so good, Mr. Stark. So I think she's actually gonna run over to Jim Jar, and I think she has a potion in her inventory.
Generic potion.
No, I think generic potion.
It just does
No,
kind
the
of
potion
what
of
we
lesser restoration, actually,
Oh.
which she pulls out of her bag and shoves down Jim Jar's gullet before it is
I'm looking at it.
succumbs to the petrification. However, despite her best efforts, the lesser restoration potion does not have an effect.
Never mind, I'm not looking at her.
Do you just make our NPCs waste our items?
Those are our items, Kevin. Merely walking bags of holding.
At Ginger's turn, he chugs his potion of supreme healing to full health.
He also throws 2,100 gold.
That was a
down the well.
reasonable thing to try.
Okay.
It fixes other stuff.
No, I mean it makes so I don't waste my turn trying it myself.
Fair. Action
Can't buy
economy
that.
for you.
Can't
I'm
buy
preserving
time.
your
Thank
action
you,
economy.
thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
potion gave you a whole other turn.
Saves me a
That's
whole Arcana check. You know?
Yeah.
Can't buy an action.
So we are now to Yormik.
The power of fire and lightning will rid you from this earth. I will move. Where can I? Okay,
Is the pinball wizard after you?
I'm gonna attempt to.
What? The deaf dumb blanket. Sorry.
So using my left hand, I will call down a bolt of lightning from the center of the storm, and with my right hand, I will cast fire bolt at the same time, hopefully hitting.
Please make your save.
Yeah.
Well, roll your attacks, then make your save.
Okay. So advantage because she's blind.
Normal, because you're wearing the glasses.
Correct. Okay. Lightning.
Well, oh yeah.
18.
No, he means his attack
Sorry.
roll. Does he have
So
advantage?
the firebolt attack roll is normal. The lightning can be an advantage because you don't have to look for the lightning.
Okay, that was for lightning, so I'll roll 2 10s, so 18.
All right. So the lightning
Firebolt.
strikes.
16.
The 16 just hits.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Just burly.
All right. Firebolt does 14 points of fire damage,
That would be
probably
like
7.
Okay.
And
How much from the lightning?
16.
16 from the lightning.
Nice.
Big lightning.
Probably
Probably 7.
because it's fire.
Probably 7.
Turns out snakes are
Does
resistant
she
to
have
fire.
resistance? Oh, you're just
So
salty, I
you
guess.
see this ball of fire and this bolt of lightning just converge on her and blast her back into the wall, and she falls forward, unmoving.
She dead?
Do I need to make
That's what it looks like,
do I need
and
to
yes,
make-
you do.
Don't mess this up.
19.
Okay.
You start petrifying.
All right.
You are immediately a rock.
Yeah.
My knowledge of me is so great. I know all of my history.
Finally.
Finally.
Finally someone.
So we're back to Nero.
You're still
Dawnbringer tells you the general direction, but you're going to make an attack against this corpse with disadvantage.
Specifically cutting her head off is the goal.
Oh, that's fair. I suppose Dawnbringer would tell you that she's laying on the ground, not moving. So
I would hope so. Not a very good teammate. Otherwise, if she's only going to talk to me when I'm trying to talk to my
just swing like a
special friend.
pinata. It's fine.
She's flying. Hit really high.
She's blinded, right? So
Don't bring her out of the tomb for 2 days already.
okay.
She's also knocked prone.
So
she's also
yeah,
prone.
her being prone,
Paralyzed
laying on
and
the ground.
unconscious.
You go up to her corpse and effortlessly remove her head.
All right, I didn't miss. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a 1, so I
It
just
looks like a
completely
train
Alright.
right over there.
Vera,
I know, I'm talking about a springboard, am I right?
still concentrating.
Alright, guys, hurry up and kill that thing. We got only a few minutes here, or quick rounds before the golem comes back.
Just give me like 3 more seconds.
She has no head.
What's a round?
A few seconds, I'd say.
She has no head.
I think, honestly, I
The
think we
golem
can
has a
take...
head, Nero.
No, seriously, I cut off her head.
Are the snakes still?
I'm not looking. My eyes are closed. Does
I'll
anybody...
look at it.
No, don't. Does anybody? You know what? Forget it.
No, don't look at it.
I'll take off my cloak and throw it over the head.
Okay. Smart.
So I'll throw my cloak over her head.
Is that your cloak of protection?
Nullified for
one.
the
You
moment.
just lost your right to pinball wizard.
And I'm gonna open my freaking eyes.
Okay.
Why is that done?
All right.
Vera, where did you put that thing?
It's just a quick plane away from us.
How long do we have?
About I don't know, 45 seconds or so.
All right, where was it?
I think we can kill it.
Probably. It was right where that giant C20 is.
Well, it still looks like.
What?
It was right in front of that statue on the corner here.
Sounds good.
The
I'll
metal
move.
statue of the dodecahedron.
You're gonna be in the storm, BT
Or
dubs.
the Tetra.
Listen, I have
Storm is
ridiculous
happening.
speed. Blah blah
Wait.
blah blah blah. Double boost
How
speed
long
in
does
45
Storm
seconds.
Storm Sphere only lasts a minute, so it'll be gone by the time it's back.
That's fine.
I can
I'm
dismiss it
ready.
early whenever we're ready.
I'm ready.
Can you keep it away?
I can try, but I don't think it's from a different plane, so it probably won't stay away.
Oh, I see.
I'm ready.
Do I think it's from a different plane?
Make an Arcana check.
Also, prepare.
If you're really slow.
19.
19. Yeah, I mean it was a.
Probably
It struck you as a construct of sorts.
Yeah.
Didn't necessarily. Nothing struck you as extraplanar about it.
Right. Yeah, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's from this plane. I can't keep it where it is right now. I could bring it back at the same time as I summon a web spell, and maybe that would immobilize it for a little while.
Sure, why not? I'm
Sounds
just
great.
gonna
Really
swing
good. Yeah, do
yeah,
it.
so we
100%.
can just prep however you want to prep. You have like 40 seconds to set up whatever you're gonna do.
I'm
So-
gonna click in my boots to preserve them
Can I reach into the pockets of this drow witch to see if there's anything decent?
right now.
Right. There's 40 seconds. Good.
Guys,
Sure.
we have to prepare quick to fight this giant golem. I'm gonna loot the body.
16 investigation, if that's a thing.
Sure. So she's wearing some very fine drow made, like a very fine drow made dress.
Is it silk?
Yes. Clearly a Mascalier
Yes.
brand.
Comparing it to the scarf that I bought.
However, you don't find anything like. Well, okay, so I mean it's a dress, but it doesn't have. That's just. No, I'm just kidding. It's a matriarchal society of the dress, so obviously the dresses have pockets because they're not idiots.
Right.
But
course.
you don't find anything in her pockets.
Okay.
Yormik, what are you doing?
Alright,
you,
everyone's-
you considering cross-dressing?
Alright,
or are
trying
you
to steal
going the
things.
hell out
Everyone's in
here?
position. Yonic! Stop it!
Just the storm will take care of it. Just let it go.
I don't think that's what's going. No.
Was the golem stone?
It appeared to be made of chunks of other statues.
Vera is stone resistant
rock.
to
Metal.
fire.
I'm looking for
It's
heat.
probably resistant to about everything.
It did not appear. to be.
All right.
Okay.
Not the power of gods.
Well, you can try.
I mean, we're basically gods, right?
Let it go.
Stop it.
Let it rip.
You're
I'm
literally
gonna prepare.
turning to stone right
I'm gonna-
now, Jim
Oh
John.
right, I'm petrified.
I'm gonna prepare
Uh,
a wand, some magic missiles to fire when
Yeah, are
it
we
comes
gonna
back.
wait,
Cool.
yeah, are we gonna try to unstone Jinjar?
So yeah, I forgot because we left. We didn't get back to him again. But a few seconds later, after Eldith tries her potion of Lester restoration, some guy named Lester's feeling real good.
Jim John, stand like this so I can put you in the bag of holding.
That's amazing.
open
But
the-
no, Jim Jar ceases to move,
Quick, take off his cloth.
and the last of the color leaves his skin, though a familiar color of stone. Statue of Jim Jar stands before you.
Is his coffee?
Everything on his person.
Yormik, how do we fix this?
Guys,
the stone
the
actually-
statue.
We went over this in rock class.
I'm gonna,
Statue first, then we fix him.
Ildith, move away from Jinjar
Okay.
so the golem doesn't actually break him when he comes out.
Guaranteed.
All right.
Don't want a broken Yormik.
Yeah. Eldith
Excuse
repositions.
me.
And then
Up
I'm
with Nero.
Yeah, sorry. And I'm
That's
getting
not Nero,
impatient.
Jordan.
Getting impatient. I'm just going to cast Web on Warrior will return.
Okay.
So break concentration on the management.
Cool.
And
So
I'm swinging.
immediately, the golem creature takes its place again.
Yeah, right there. The 20. Put it in these. There we go.
Web.
And so it has to make a strength save or be restrained.
Dexterity save to not be caught in the web.
Here's your cool die.
Once it's caught, it has to be the strength save to get out.
Dexterity did not get caught in it. An 11's not going to do it.
Yeah. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs, or until it breaks free.
So it's never strained.
And strength is when it wants to break out. Or actually, it must be dexterity. all
It
the time.
seems red
Although Kevin has made it strength in the past.
Right.
Oh yeah, with the
right.
Especially a guy like this it's a stone statue. It's never gonna dex its way out of a web.
Yeah, it's just gonna
But it'll-
force it.
It'll
yeah.
try.
It'll try. It'll certainly try.
Yeah, you've seen it do ballerina
right.
moves every once in a while.
Okay, so people who had readied stuff. Yours was web. You had magic missiles.
And I do hitty things.
hitty things.
It's restrained.
Right.
Oh, well, okay. When it starts its turn, it becomes restrained. So
It'll just be restrained when it gets to it, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't make a difference for magic missile, and I don't think it makes a difference with.
Melee attacks.
I don't remember. I'll pull it up.
I think its attacks are at disadvantage.
I have no.
That
clue.
sounds about right.
But
I'm swinging twice.
do it. Hit him.
No. What if it's an advantage?
Then just roll them both, and then if it's advantage, take it.
But what if one's
What if it's
what if they're both 20s?
Then you
Oh, wait, okay, this part was in the card. A creature restrained by the webs can use action to make a strength check against your spell state DC. If it succeeds, it is no longer restrained.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, but no, it does have attacks against it have advantage when it's restrained.
So
Sure.
it was terrible.
All right.
Wow.
Take your stupid advantage.
12.
12 to hit
Yep.
does not.
This is my surprise face.
I don't like 12 hits like an unmoving rock.
It'll hit you.
Yeah, it's true.
No, 12 doesn't hit an unmoving rock.
28.
He knows about rocks.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Every rock is
28 does hit.
Just hit.
Just hits
Give
by
you
like
a- so
11.
I'll give you. We'll regular smite him.
What was your magic missile
12.
damage? 12 points from magic missile.
bolts.
You've done 12
Level
twice tonight.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, the first one was no. You did 14, not
Look
12.
at that turn.
Yeah.
Yikes, dude.
That
Still
was
learning how to do
terrible.
that.
Spell slot value.
11.
11 points.
Yep.
Okay.
That's tough.
Weak sauce.
Eldith also would have had some attacks ready,
Clearly the
but
first one.
neither of hers
Also
actually
do 2d6 damage.
get through. Actually,
That was my
one
great
does,
sword
but
does 2d6, and then smite does d8s. But now I just do all d8s.
okay. So you guys batter it as it returns back to your plane of existence. Weak, and now it's his turn.
It's clobbering time.
This
Oh,
weak
yeah.
longsword that's statistically better than my other sword. It seems to
So-
not be doing as much.
Lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
I need a wisdom saving throw
Oh, no.
from Nero and Eldith.
I disagree. You need to ask for something else.
No, another one.
No, you.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're dead.
You are slowed,
What?
as is Eldith, because she rolled a natural 3.
It's alright, only one
It
of
was
my
not a
attacks
I
spell.
don't
Spellcast.
like when
Oh,
we're
so-
slow
I'm not
as
reading
much
it.
as when
Yeah,
the
it's
enemy is
a real
slow.
pain.
Only one of my
Honestly,
attacks had
honestly,
values.
maybe your boots counter it, but your boots don't give you haste. They just give you.
No, they just
So
give
his
double
speed is
my-
halved, but his speed is doubled. So your foot speed is normal
Yes.
right now with your boots active.
No, I deactivated them, so I have half movement speed right now.
Okay.
Because I was already over there. Why would I need to run anywhere? I'm right in front of the only guy
There's
in the room.
so much boot
Does
time.
it have to use its action to try and bust out of the web? Okay then. It is going to sit tight because that was its action. Sweet. So we'll just go in sort of the old order. Yormik.
Alright. Chromatic orb at 3rd level of thunder damage.
Okay.
Please. Advantage? Not advantage, sorry. How does.
Thunderdome.
What is it?
Just a ranged spell attack.
That would be an advantage because he's restrained.
What kind of damage is it?
19 thunder.
19 hits.
19 damage. Third level.
19
is-
damage, you say?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, 19 to hit.
Okay.
I think it's 27 points of thunder damage.
Jeez. All right.
Seems good.
Thunder. Feel the thunder.
Oh, sorry, one more.
It's your mix.
No, that's right.
Thunder.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that's not bad. Is the storm? Did you drop it early?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Then it also needs to make a strength save from Storm Sphere. We can give that like 1 or 2 rounds left, however you want to roll that.
It was 45 seconds.
So it lasts for it lasts for 1 minute.
Natural 20.
That's 20 strength save. Okay. Bonus action lightning.
Lightning and the thunder.
Natural 18.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sorry, natural what?
18.
Natural 8. Yeah, it definitely hits. Roll the
Alright,
damage.
hit the deep.
14 points of lightning damage. Ah! Just everything.
Just lobbing spells.
All of it. Just kill it now, please. All of it.
The consummate evocation caster. Exploding stuff.
Jesus,
All right. Nero. You are slowed.
Jesus is. Whap.
One really slow motion attack.
Whap.
Oh wait, it's with advantage, right? Or does slow get rid of? Do I have disadvantage with attacks when I'm slowed?
No, you just.
Nope.
Okay, then 24.
One standard attack. Yeah, that will hit.
Get him.
Smite.
Dicey dice. It's getting.
Dicey are fun. Mess with his robot
7,
brain.
13, 22. No, 19.
19 total damage.
Yep.
All right. I mean, you guys just are chipping away. Chunks of its body, this broken bits of statue, keep flying out each time you strike it. But it still stands. Bryn, we're up to you.
Whew, I don't think many things that I do work against this boy.
Do it. 7 bolts, magic missiles now. If there was ever a time, it is right here.
Yeah, because we're not fighting anything else today.
No, this is it.
This is the campaign right here, dude.
Yeah.
It's just
I'll
us
stop.
versus the stone.
We'll all stop.
I'm not sure that I don't think I can hurt this thing's feelings with my words.
It's fine, guys. I'll take it out. I'll put the bag of holding inside the handy haversack, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, we killed 1 stone thing. Thank goodness.
We only lost one party member to do it. Thank God.
All right, so I'm holding the wand of magic missile. I'll just fire another level 2 magic missile at it.
Okay.
12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. This man is consistent. Yeah, the missiles blast into it, and more chunks of rock spew off. But it still looks like it's struggling against the web. Jim Jar is stoned. Eldith is going to make some attacks.
Did you skip me?
Probably. Yeah,
I don't think so, but maybe accidentally.
You were at the top of the order.
Right.
You should have gone right after Nero.
I did not.
Okay.
Get him.
Then you're up.
I'm just a magic missile.
Okay.
So, following after Bryn's example,
Hey.
12 damage.
Blast
Hey.
Level 1. Yeah.
Value.
Oh man.
Yeah, chunks. Just more bits of rock flying off of it. Eldith makes her singular attack, which will hit.
Dude, why do you still care? Your girl's dead. Give up.
Did it?
She hits, but again, just the stone that it's constructed of and whatever is holding it together is just making her attacks less effective than they would otherwise
It's hard
be.
as a rock.
Does this thing look like it's focusing on the effect? Well, I'm not.
So it is going to, on its turn, make an action to bust out of the web.
And then use a legendary action.
So that's going to be an 18. It is a +6 to its strength, so an 18 to bust out of the web. And it is going to
He's breaking.
turn tail and charge towards Yormik.
What? How dare you?
Difficult terrain. Difficult terrain. Difficult. What's his move speed?
30.
No, it's just 30. I'm just checking. It
Is
has
this
some other.
a-
It has some other weird stuff that I was just making sure.
It can
wasn't
probably
gonna
get there, right?
What? No, it's like only 15. It uses its action, so it doesn't have a double move.
Oh, so it's just right here.
It just starts charging
Strength,
towards you.
Save.
You got it, dude. 18 again.
Dang it. Okay. Reasonable.
All right, but you're up.
For what is probably the last round of Storm Sphere, we're just gonna run it back.
Okay. Cast him and blast him.
That's an 18 for Chromatic Orb and a 12 for Lightning.
The 18 hits. The 12 does not.
You need your inspiration die still?
Oh, good point.
How'd you miss with magic? You
20 for Lightning.
There you go.
There you go.
Hit and a hit.
14 lightning damage.
I love the idea that you're just like throwing a bolt of lightning and then throwing the thunder that follows it. That's pretty spectacular.
36 points of thunder damage from
Dude.
Chromatic Orb. That's 2 8s, 2 7s, and a 6.
Dang.
You're
Proud of
rolling
you.
like Mercer
That's
did,
pretty
like,
good.
people alive.
Yeah. And
And then what's the other?
14 points of lightning
14. It's charging at you, and you just blast huge chunks of rock out of it. But it keeps on trucking for the moment.
Mercer and
damage.
Senate-
Stop!
Sorry, I didn't have you save. Did you save for slow at the end of your last turn?
Oh, I get to save?
Yeah, sorry. I should
Sweet.
have done it for relative too.
I ran away.
What's the save?
What did you roll?
No, what's the...
Oh,
Wow.
sorry. I was like, I'm not going to tell you the number. But you do need to know the stat. It'd be a wisdom save.
19.
19. That is a success.
Yes, I will
Eldith
swing a lot of these.
Also passes.
You gotta get there.
Yeah.
So the slow is
You
broken.
think?
No.
What are you
But
doing? Get off of me.
Never let you or me move.
Don't
yeah,
ever
so
move
you-
any minis.
don't ever move. Yeah. You're
I
up.
love you, but don't
That's
move my
okay.
minis.
That's reasonable.
I'm just going to use my bonus action to boop over here with...
Just Misty Step in front of him.
Step.
Okay.
I don't like when people don't
Nope.
pay attention to me. All right, so no more advantage on him, right? Because he's no longer restrained.
That is correct.
Okay, so it's just 2 straight attacks then.
Yep.
All right, don't let me down, as you will certainly let me down. That's cocked, thank goodness. That's also cocked. Yay! 19 and... Oh wait, no, 20 and 24.
That's all.
2024.
Oh, 19. Good.
So you all see Nero
It's gonna get suspicious
blink
after this.
in front of this giant stone golem, and just with 2 like big succinct swings of his sword, he takes out the rest of the structure that was holding it together, and what was previously a 12-foot tall statue sprinting at you, Yormik, it collapses around your feet as a huge pile of rubble, and it is dead.
I dismissed the web.
You what?
Dismiss the web.
The web recedes into nothing.
I can no longer really admire the craftsmanship of it.
I'm
But
alright.
I was never good with stone anyway.
I'm
What do
alright
you
with
think,
that.
Yormik? What do you rate
Nice
it?
job.
What do you rate it?
It's like a solid 2 out of 4.
Not bad.
A solid 2 out of 4.
So I'm gonna go over to the Medusa's head, which is under my cloak. Do I
Okay.
know if after it's dead, it's still a like? Do I know that about a Medusa?
You roll a. No, this would probably be a history check for you. I don't think this
Okay.
is necessarily something you would have encountered,
I don't know.
even in your
It's an
longish
8.
life.
It's an 8.
An 8. I don't think you would know that detail.
Okay. Does that,
You've probably heard story like the
Yeah.
general
They
like
exist.
high level
This is what
mythos
they
of
do.
a Medusa, but not details about it.
does anybody know if this is still
Are the snakes still moving?
either under my cloak?
You don't see the cloak.
Touch.
I would
Touch.
like imagine that the snakes would be like shifting
That's
and
fair.
cloak in its fabric
I'm
nature.
not sure, but like, if I had to, we need to take the cloak off of the head. Like,
Because I want to put my cloak back on.
yeah, but when we leave, we can just take
We
the
just
job.
put it-
Wait, we need. Does
We'll put
anyone
this
know
in the
what to
bag.
do with?
Wait, also
Jimjar?
we need to bring this back for the reward, and we'll turn the guy into stone with
There
it.
we go, and then we take all of his gold.
Do I know what to do about Jim Jar?
Do I know what to do about
Tell me what
somebody
this
turned
roll
to
is.
stone?
Arcana or medicine?
Yeah, that's a rock.
What about myself?
Sounds like
Probably no
Arcana.
idea.
Oh!
Natural 20.
I guess it doesn't matter, but
We both know so
whatever.
much about rocks today.
Rocks.
You know that in general, a greater restoration spell or similarly powerful magic can cure a being of that sort of petrification.
Neat.
I think we need to restore Jimjar with the same sort of magic that we've been using to cleanse our madness. I don't know that the magic that I know. I don't have any magic that can fix this. I believe Eldith gave him a lesser restoration potion as well.
Doug's just like, nope, leave him.
the crowd.
He does look
a
like he's
lot,
parked in a
idiot.
pretty decent place.
We just put him over
No,
here.
put him on the statue, bro.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So,
You
Or
break
no,
it, you
put-
take its spot.
Put him on the statue he broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
We need to bring the head back for that bounty.
right.
What was it, like 1,000 gold or something? 10,000 gold or something?
Something like
I
that.
think it was.
I'm
I
pretty
think,
sure
I think it. You know what? I think it keyed up to like 100k.
100, all of the
something.
riches of Lingdenstone.
I'm pretty sure that it's a stipend that they send us.
And
Daily.
and a wish spell and a
Is there
demigorgon
anything
slaying
else in the room?
Make an investigation check.
Just a straight investigation check without advantage.
Oh!
6.
6. I mean, so the rest of this room it's clearly not been sort of kept up with. It was a fine looking room. There was like nice carvings on the walls and everything, but it clearly just hasn't been taken care of since she's been occupying this chamber. There are, or were, did you guys actually knock over every statue in this room?
I mean,
Not
these
really.
3 were in Storm Sphere, so probably.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then,
This
and
one's
that
probably
one
still
got
standing?
destroyed. Only that one. There's one.
only
statue.
one. Jim
Only
Jar
one
and his
statue.
statue buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, so there were 6 statues originally, aside from the particularly large one, that were all appeared to be drow in stature and form. There were several, honestly, racks of like clothing around the room, like sort of in different corners, mostly out of the way. But a lot of it, I mean, it just looks like it's just been sitting on this rack for you don't even know how long. There also, no, that'd be about all you would find.
Any like precious stones, precious metals?
None that you see with your 6.
Do I know if drows typically turn into snake women?
You would have no reason to believe that it is a particularly common thing. You've seen a fair few drow in your day, and none of them have had snake hair.
That was weird.
Those sound very common. Well, as far as I know.
Do they? How does that happen?
I don't think I know.
Does anybody feel particularly confident at looking at the face now that it's chopped off?
Sure.
Perfect.
Why?
All right, I'm gonna lift it up and point it at you.
All right. So what could go wrong?
Why?
We're already going back.
Make him do planks first.
I'll look at it. Why not? We gotta know what we have. If this could be used to help us, we need to know.
You hold it up and you look at it.
Sure. Yep.
Do it.
Make a constitution.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
22.
So he feels something still, right?
Yeah, the familiar sensation from before. You just sort of, it gives you pause, and but you sort of you shrug off the like brief moment of intense sluggishness and fatigue.
All right, I grab another I'm assuming you tell me. Did you feel anything?
Yeah, a little shiver.
All right.
Giving me the stink.
So I'll pull out one of my extra pairs of cloaks that I have listed,
Seems
and
like it could be.
I'll wrap it up.
Seems pretty good.
I'll like tie it up.
Just
Okay.
give it. You also just give it a little bit of like a blindfold, probably. If you
Do we
wanted.
know? Do we know if it's just the ice?
I know absolutely
We
nothing
could
about
put
that.
those on.
You just wrap it all up.
Do any of you know about that? Because I certainly don't, and apparently
put them
it's
on a
still bad.
stick and put it in front of the hood, so it's just two floating eyeballs.
I know you have a snake people, and I know that you were not supposed to look at them. That's about it.
The dagger and bow and arrows.
So she had a short sword and a bow, and a quiver of poison-tipped arrows, but they don't appear to be they appear to be finely crafted, but nothing obviously out of the ordinary about them.
So
We should at least take the
We
bow
should-
and poison arrows.
Eldith, would you like to use these arrows?
yeah, she has
Add
a
them
bow.
to your quiver for sure. Some
Oh, yes,
poison-tipped
please.
arrows.
Did she speak Elvish or Drow at all?
She
She spoke-
spoke no words to you.
She spoke hissing pain cries,
I am a
Hissing pain cry.
She was still-
or otherwise known as hissing cries of pain.
There's a lot of that going on.
So, how's everybody holding up? Jim Jaw's stone.
I feel great.
I'm not. I
So
am
does Jim Jar.
1/4 less good than I usually am.
And we're gonna face
I
some
feel solid as a rock.
crazy thing called Ogre Mock's
Well,
Bane.
are we gonna take him with us, or are we gonna take him back to get?
Well, we need to figure out
fixed?
first what we're gonna do with him.
Should we take him back to get fixed? He's probably got
Well,
like.
We're taking him back. How long has this walk been for us to get here? What did we have to go through to get here?
It wasn't super long, but you also weren't just like sprinting through it. You took your time.
That's right. There's
I mean-
ghosts over there too.
You could walk from here out of the Rockblight in like I don't know 20 minutes or so.
Okay,
It's not
well,
super
we're
far away.
taking him back.
Yeah.
Can you carry him, or is he too
I
heavy?
don't know. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna walk
What
over
is-
to Jim Jar and very carefully just see like if I can lift him.
Here,
I don't want to
you-
like try and like
you
heave
have
him and
the-
drop
this-
him and break our friend.
But
Okay.
Wicked.
Make an athletics
did he
check.
have the scroll that he was going to add to ritual as ritual spell? You're wrong.
19.
19.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's the first thing I checked.
We put him on something and then banish it and then carry that thing.
I thought something similar, like banishing him, putting a cart where he was, and bringing it back so
How
he appears
tall
in the
is
cart.
He'd fit in the bag.
I don't. Well, what's he doing with his arms?
Probably is in. He's probably just in a ball. Honestly.
Well, that's
Like
why I told,
anticipating
as-
that's why I
as
told
small-
him. I told him to just stand like
he's
this.
probably like this in like perfect piggyback.
Right.
Hey, what's your strength score?
I mean, he'd be like holding a crossbow,
18.
right? So you
Why,
just,
Kevin? Would you like one of these?
I mean, they're ready.
Just you could know that Vera's strength score is 10.
Hey,
Why does that seem weird?
What?
Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15.
That's
that's about right.
15 times 18.
180 plus something.
Plus 9.
Because average 10, like
So I can
commoners
You
have a
carry
strength of 10.
270 pounds.
It's not
Yeah,
that, it's not that much.
that's like a deadlift or a squat or something.
Yeah.
But
That's not even that much.
Well,
Well, that
and-
is just carrying, like indefinitely.
Yeah,
That's not.
that's impressive.
It's not-
You could run around with a 200-pound backpack at all times.
Yep, I'm badass.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right.
Listen, I'm not Joe Schmo, dude.
That's
Remember,
fair,
I'm
that's
an
fair.
adventurer.
Swole,
Like
Swole McElf.
Joe
Swole.
Joe Schmo on the side of the street has 10 strength and can carry 100 pounds.
Alright, come get Stone
No,
Cold
150.
Steve.
That's somewhat impressive for Joe
that's-
Schmo.
yeah.
So
still a
so
lot.
you can pick up the Jim Jar statue. You can carry it, but while you're carrying it, your speed is quartered,
okay, so it's
and,
gonna
and
take us
your
like
boots aren't going to make up for
it's
this.
gonna
This
take
is
like over an hour to get him back if I'm carrying him alone.
I got you.
What if
Man, you know what you guys need?
Eldith?
Tensor's floating disk.
Yes, we do.
We
That's
thought,
good.
yes.
But
We
Eldith,
mentioned that.
Eldith, do you think you could give me a hand? Probably 2.
I could certainly try.
That
Does
should
count?
help us.
Caleb's floating disk.
So, with Eldith's help, what do we think
It's
we
like
can do?
it's like Tensor's floating disk, except it breaks the rules of the game.
Right. Which is exactly what you want. It's all magic, really.
I don't know why the music stopped.
If your magic has
It's because this is extremely
This
important.
music brought to you by Dwarven Forge. Alright.
But there is no music.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm just
They
practicing.
have to pay us for
tricks.
that.
it's okay. But yeah, so what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm asking, how long is if Eldith's helping me carry him? What's our speed look like?
Probably like a third instead of a quarter.
That's fine. We're not leaving him here.
Let's just
Well,
do it.
Obviously, I'm just wondering how long it's gonna take us.
It's fine. There's just ghosts there.
Yeah. So we'll carry, but you guys make sure you scout ahead. I don't want us getting
You want
spooked.
Yormik in the front of the group?
I got
Yeah,
this.
sure. I don't want us getting jumped and dropping Jim Jar.
Fair.
Uh,
Can you keep Featherfall ready? Just sort of.
I think it's can't cast on a creature.
do I know if ghosts are typically invisible or are they unseeable? No. It's a distinction.
Such a Yormik question. I love it.
Have I seen ghosts with sea invisibility before?
You tell me.
I don't remember. I mean, I've had it cast when there have been ghosts around, but I don't know if it's.
I don't remember exactly either. You might have when Crow was around for a session, but I think you would be aware that some ghosts can make themselves unseen.
Okay.
I'm not sure that you would know the exact nature of that.
Yeah, I'm
or
not.
what, but
Yeah, no, I'll save it. All right, I will scout ahead, perhaps,
Well, just
Okay,
a
Timo.
little bit.
just a touch.
We'll just stay in the front.
Alright.
We're going. Does anyone? I didn't find anything. I don't know if anyone else wants to take a quick look around this room before we leave.
Yormik, you like to find stuff
Look
you're
for
not supposed
things.
to, so
Perhaps Vera could help me look for things. No?
Sure, I'll help.
You're better at that than I am sometimes.
I have a +7.
alright, Vera, you help this.
Wait, you want each roll once?
Sure.
But he's out creep.
Like yours was out.
Cocked.
Yeah, that's cocked.
24.
It's leaning sideways.
Yeah.
Oh, you did good.
Ooh, 19.
24 to 19, and this is for you guys. Just
Searching the room.
keep. Oh wait, searching the room.
Yeah.
Like behind the statue and
Gotcha. So
any
and you got the 24.
yeah.
So Yormik, you are searching around where the large statue was positioned, but you don't find anything particularly of note. You're poking around some of the racks of the clothing that's on the racks around the room, and it looks like it used to be pretty nice, but most of them, when you touch them, it practically just disintegrate off of the hangers that they were on, except for a few.
Oh.
And you, while examining the throne, find a small, sort of a hidden drawer in the back portion of it. Excuse me.
Back door.
That opens to a small, sort of stone box of various gemstones.
Oh. Last time I found one of these, there was a book in it that made you Spartan. You don't know what I'm referencing? It was a spot in the rune well. One of the thrones we found had a book that gave you +2 intelligence.
Sounds like it should be.
Oh, you found
It
one.
should
Nice. Ah, I've been looking for one.
I'm going to
Thank you. Finally.
has Yormik inspected the throne yet?
No.
I'm gonna leave it just cracked a little bit so it's really easy to find, and then move on.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go find Nero and be like, watch your house. Watch me to the throne. It's gonna be great.
Alright.
So eventually, after you basically you walk around the room after you realize that like touching most of these dresses make them just like evaporate into dust. You just walk around like hitting all of them, and then just so there's just like dust and debris falling to the floor. And by the time you've made a whole lap around the room, there's only like 5 dresses in the entirety of the room that are still intact. But they strangely look like relatively pristine and not falling apart and moldy and rotting the way the other ones were.
Might be
You-
worth taking.
You go to verify Vera's work in investigating the throne, and you find a small like drawer compartment in the lower part of the back of the throne.
I've been leaning like right here, waiting for this moment.
And you pull it out, and you find that it is filled with various gems.
Vera, what's the entrance exam look like for the Order of Magus?
Yormik, you're a savant.
Well, I mean,
It's not really an exam so much as it is a trial run and training. A gauntlet almost.
interesting. Does it include finding just so much money worth of gemstones?
Not usually, but they have changed the exam since I tried it.
Thank goodness for that. Look at all of this.
Oh, look what you found! You're
Ah.
so good at looking for stuff!
Well, I mean, I did also find these dresses, and they're like wrapped like a scarf. One's like over the arm like a toga sash.
I didn't even see those!
I mean, clearly, I don't know how you missed it.
You look very stylish.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Yes.
Arcana check. Arcana check.
Fashion
15.
check.
21.
So you see that most of these gems are of the size and variety that what they are is unenchanted spell gems. They're nice stones with the capability of being turned into spell gems that can store spells.
But then I think these are spell gems, but without any spells in them yet.
Do you know how to store spells in them?
It's very easy, you just think about it and have it. I don't know.
Well,
That's how I cast all my magic.
when they are spell gems, when they have been made into spell gems, it's about that easy. You have to be attuned to it, and you can cast spells into it. This is it. Like you have a ruby spell gem right now that has Hallow cast into it that you can cause it to activate potentially. These aren't, I guess, refined. They're not currently capable of holding spells like that, but they are of the size and quality that they could be made into that. However, the ability to create spell gems, as a gnome yourself, you'd be well aware, is a very, very well-guarded secret of the Zwerfneblin.
Love the rock gnomes, which I am one. That's great. I know how to do this, guys.
Thank goodness.
On the plus side, I know exactly who knows how to make them. On the downside, they never tell anyone.
But they could use them and make
Oh,
them?
it's Zwerfneblin who knows how
Perhaps
to do
like
it.
if it was the group that saved their city from annihilation at the hands of slime, witches, and rocks.
They would probably have some sway. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Oh, that's us.
That is us.
Are any of them
Hold on.
300 gold's worth diamonds?
No.
Okay.
So the whole lot. So they're not. Without the magic, they're they're nice gemstones, but they're obviously not worth nearly as much. The whole lot here, it's not a big container of them. It's 250 gold's worth of unenchanted potential spell gems.
Gotcha. Could any of them, if refined, could they be diamonds worth that much?
None of these are diamonds specifically.
Oh my god. Do we have any idea how long it takes to do this process?
No.
If it's a short process. Mm,
How many gems was it?
And so once,
I was gonna say if we know when they're going to make these gems, I could maybe spy a little with my arcane eye and learn how they do it. But I don't know how long it takes, and I don't know if I'd be caught, and we'd have to know exactly when they do it.
something tells me if people haven't figured out how to do it yet. You're not the only one that's able to scry like that.
Yes, but how many people are with these ready to go stones and in the city at the right time, and have the city indebted to them? And
I think we do it. Honestly,
We can
100%.
try it.
we could try. We want to pick a day when we have nothing better to do.
Well, I mean, how long is it going to take to unstone Jim Jar?
We're
How you holding up
probably-
over there?
This is really heavy. What's up with those dresses?
They're very nice.
What's special about
He
them?
looks so pretty.
It's a good question.
Why do you have them?
Do these things look special to you all?
Yes, they look. You look very special.
Well, thank you.
Are they like magic or something?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Vera,
Probably.
verify if they're magic.
I will verify it. Yes.
How long is that gonna take? Because Jim Joe's heavy.
You can set Jim Jar.
I caught that. That was amazing.
We could wait until he gets back.
No,
no.
Once they're spell
Then let's
gems,
wait 10
are-
minutes.
That's
we're
fine.
able to just store
That's
spells
fine.
in them. Like,
I set them
I-
down.
I'll set
Like
it
a
down.
single spell at a time.
but we can just do so basically like having an extra prepared spell a day.
Nope.
Once I use it.
It's like, no. So they can be refilled and reused. That's why they're quite valuable. And different stones are capable of holding different levels of spells. But to use a spell gem, it just needs to have a spell in it. To put a spell into a spell gem, you have to attune to it, cast the spell, like you using it for that day. It stores that single spell, and then you can go back to being attuned to your other three things, and sort of, in a pinch, I have this extra spell.
Gotcha.
Seem to be
So-
attuned to cast a spell into it, but not to use it. once.
Correct.
So it kind of like you take that kind of day or whatever to kind of prepare with it.
Right. These things are extremely useful. We can prepare all kinds of.
Fireball.
But okay, they're very good. They're very useful for me.
Fireball.
Not in a way because I can't have all of my spells ready every day, so I could prepare Fireball would be good if we need the extra explosion.
How many?
Gracious.
There's like 7 here. So
How many?
6 of
How
them
many
fireball.
different levels of fireball?
Fireball.
We're talking about person and fireball distance.
But for instance, I could cast a spell I don't use very often.
Like fireball.
I don't know that we need more fireballs though. I mean, I haven't cast it once.
We need so many.
Like Fireball, sure.
Yeah, fireball.
Yes.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
And
fireball.
then, if say you couldn't cast Fireball that day,
I can cast it 6 more times.
because you didn't prepare it.
Right. Yes, that happens all the time.
Yes. Then you could still do it.
Right. Okay.
It's a contingency spell.
I think these might be valuable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
gems,
see their value.
Fireball gems. That's sweet.
Yes.
It's like
I
4
think
extra
I need
Fireballs
These
every
dresses.
We
day.
found we
I
saw
think
some
we
of
found a
those.
necklace of those.
Yeah.
How much more valuable is this?
I'm not done casting the spell yet.
Oh well.
All right. So next 10 minutes.
After restarting her ritual, because Yormik distracted her, 10 minutes go by, and your detect magic ritual goes off. The immediate auras that you get are faint auras of transmutation, both around the dresses and the a faint fading one around the remains of the large stone golem.
Well, that was magical, pointing to the remains of the statue. And I'm pretty sure all of the clothes we are wearing are also magical.
Is there a way? Okay.
All the new clothes.
Some of the old ones too.
I can identify them. I don't know that that's something we want to do here.
They-
No,
they
let's
resonate-
let's do it
What
once
about
we get back.
that thing though? Perhaps its pieces are.
It was a moving
The
statue.
order is fading.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I have identified what it was. It was a
Yeah.
moving
Yeah, let me
statue.
cast identify. It was a golem.
I imagine Bryn going like, all right, it was a moving goal.
Can you identify that? Possibly.
Possibly.
The shirt, the clothing you are wearing resonates as sort of transmutation aura, so it might like.
It's turning you into a pretty lady.
Is that the snake in your hair?
I mean, there's probably a club for that, right?
Vera, make a constitution.
So it might be able to like change shape or change color.
If only you had a piece of clothing that could change your appearance.
It's crazy how. Yeah, that would be pretty great. As I say with this, just a black void speaks into the cave.
So
All
are
right.
we going to see what it does?
Yeah.
Or are we going to go?
We're taking
him
Jim
out.
Jar back.
Let's go.
All right.
Dropping him off at the quarry or wherever.
I imagine. Do we want to refresh and try this again later?
No.
I think we can
Some-
come back.
She'll be prepared when we go next
You
time.
wanna? How spent is everybody?
I'm fine.
I can use a quick rest, but other than that, I think it'll be okay.
It's probably fine.
Jim Jar says,
Jim Jar's
Rip
stone.
Jim Jar.
All right. Well, let's head
I
back.
want the stone speak.
Regardless,
Elvis doing alright
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I'm not.
I've got 2
How
smites.
many use
I use
Yeah,
I use up
dramatic.
one
dramatic
original
roll.
spell.
Yeah.
twice?
I have 2 smites left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no fireballs.
Somebody's playing Pathfinder over there.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm almost out of smites.
We could wait till tomorrow.
That's fine. I'm feeling fine. I can't do a whole lot against a golem.
We have all this gold from
Yeah.
the witch that we need.
You're
to
right.
get.
Let's go cash it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Walking.
We head back.
We had
Okay.
I will cast the invisibility to see if I see any ghosts.
Okay.
Since we're probably not coming back today.
No. I feel like Ogre Mog's Bane probably deserves the respect of.
Eh.
Fireball.
Well, yes, but just a full strength party.
Why did we come back? Why did we come to this room?
We were trying
We
to
were
find
just
the right way.
exploring.
We got lost.
This isn't my room.
No, we went the wrong way.
All right. So you guys slowly make your way back out of the Rockblight over the course of about an hour.
Yeah.
By the end of it, you are crazy tired of holding the statue because I don't know when the last time you picked up a person-sized hunk of rock is, but it is much heavier than non-stone Jim Jar would have been.
Yeah, but you know, I'm used to carrying around 270 pounds.
Got that
every
pump
day.
going.
Just in milk.
Yes.
Your raise don't weigh that much.
Nero Yoke Maris.
So it takes
A
you.
yolkness.
Let's see, going from there.
Nero
It would
Yoke.
take you about an hour to get out of the Rockblight, and then probably another half hour to get over to Gurnix, to the Speaking Stones where you have encountered Gurnik previously.
Okay, so on the way, because we find our buddy at the gate, that naysayer loser
Still,
at the
all
gate.
the dresses are.
So, right. So I'll reach into the bag of holding, pull out the sack that's her head, and I'll be like, "So, we killed your witch. I don't know if you've seen her face.
I wouldn't look at it.
It'll turn you to stone. But if you want to look at it, I mean, I'll point to Jim Jar. Like this might happen. Like that's your call.
What have you all got on your faces?
Oh right. You guys might want to
Negative
take them.
30 on this one.
The soulless void of the revenge of the. Oh, I'm sorry.
I look
This
over at
thing.
your make.
It's over 9,000.
I
Yeah,
just
they
drop
take
it
it-
and it
take
like
it
breaks
out
on the
and
ground.
crush
It broke my scanner.
Oh, custom-made vision spectacles. Very popular in Crackles too.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't
Oh,
say very.
oh, all right.
Extremely
Still kind of
Okay then.
bespoke.
Well, I mean, I guess if you leave that with me.
Leave. I don't know about leave. You just said kill. Pretty sure if we review the tapes.
Also,
Yep, just have to kill.
I don't mind
Kill the
like
witch.
showing whoever needs to be shown this, but
We would like to hang on.
there's probably some value in a Medusa head, and I don't feel like giving you
I'll
it.
tell you what. We'll have a stare off for it. I'll look at the Medusa head, and you look at the Medusa head, and whoever is not stone gets to keep it
Why would we do that?
for fun. I don't know.
So it was a Medusa then,
Well,
Well,
not,
yes.
not a witch.
I mean, you see the
Why not both?
yeah, clearly both.
I certainly guess it could have been.
Was it a witch, really? Wasn't something with
It had
supernatural
an
powers?
animated golem. It was casting rituals. It had statues. It had a general witchy vibe. I think we
I
can
would
all
agree with
agree.
this. With
I
magic
mean, all
clothes.
those robes that he's got wearing as a scar are magic too. So
So
Yeah.
she
Lots-
probably
lots of-
made them.
I don't know what your
powerful.
definition of witch is, but
Well, when you're right, you're right. But if you look at the tapes, you will find that the agreed upon price was 1,000 gold for her head.
you.
All right, cut off one snake head.
We
How about the
we never agreed to give you her head. It was certainly to end your witch problem, and
I don't care. Just give him the damn head.
it was only to end your witch problem.
If they took themselves to stone,
And
so
we've
be it.
done that, and we'd like our reward now. I don't. We never agreed to.
Who's
sell
your
you her
supervisor? I would like to escalate this case.
We'll speak to your manager.
Okay. Jesus.
You don't know what my life is like right now.
Oh.
Look, leave the head with me, and I've got 1,300 gold for you.
This is worth so much more than
Oh,
that. This is-
so now it's with more, huh?
Oh.
You really want this head?
Do we have any idea how much this might be worth?
No.
Does he look like he's trying to get himself a reward? Like is he trying to?
He's trying to pull a fast one on us.
Yeah, like is he trying to be like, I did it?
No, it's more like bounty trophy, proof of the kill.
So he wants this for his.
If the city of Blingdenstone is going to give you 1,000 gold for slaying this creature,
Yeah.
we would like proof of its deadness.
That's fine. 1,300 gold is fine.
I mean, okay.
All right. That's,
What do you want to go on to like try and sell this thing for 500 gold instead?
Well, no, I was thinking we could use it to kill people, but this is also an option.
I thought that's what Fireball was for.
That's also. That's
you're right.
fair.
We don't need this.
Okay.
I cast
1,300.
snake ball and just throw the head.
All right, well, I keep it tied up, but I just like toss it. To the
A suggestion to tell them to look at it.
Do you really?
No.
Okay.
I don't have suggestion.
No, we just lost
Wait,
the
really?
opportunity
Yeah.
to
Why was
leave
I
it
thinking
sitting
you
in
did?
random spots.
It
in
seems
this.
very Bard-like.
It does.
We,
it
we
really
lost the
does.
opportunity to let
I
it
think
sit
Wickham
in
had it for
random
a while,
spots in
so
the
I just
city
never
and
took
have
it.
people walk
Oh,
past
that's
for
what it was. I was
Incredible.
like, somebody had it. I swear.
Actually, that's a good
Instant
idea. I might
long
take
guard.
Mhm.
Or instant, like.
Suggestion and Shatter
Yeah.
are both really good. Shatter's particularly would have been
been great here, yeah.
All right. So Sark sends one of his gate guards off quickly, and not too long later comes back with a nice heavy coin purse, in which you find 130
money.
platinum.
Get
Yeah.
money.
So yeah, somebody marked that down.
Do we just want to split that up?
Consummate note taker near.
5 ways?
Consummate.
Anybody
note.
speak up if you want to share?
5 ways. Nice.
I'll take shares 2 and 4.
So 6 ways. How much is that?
6 windows, 4 ways.
It was a lot easier when it was 5.
5 ways.
It'd be
We'll leave
200.
200 for
and-
Jim Jar, and then everybody else gets 220.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, this is the most money I've had in a long time. Wait. Yeah, it's 20 gold.
Wow. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate the gold, man.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Oh yeah, I spent all my gold
sorry, guys.
on my axe rental.
On my axe rental.
Okay.
Can you
What's your select name again?
can you pass the?
Good point.
Guessing what this?
Yes, please.
I think you're showing your cards.
Right. I'm keeping this.
That's what it's big axe.
All right.
Can I convert that to Electrum?
You may
What's
not.
that?
You may commit seppuku with Dawnbringer if you'd like, though.
I don't feel that would
Go commit
be...
Sudoku and stop asking me
He's
stupid
very
questions.
profitable.
Is there a casino here?
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Okay.
So we did learn that I can just let Dawnbringer autopilot my body, though. So
Threats mitigated.
I mean,
Jesus, take the wheel.
telling you where the threat is
she
not
told
this.
me. She told me the previous session. She was like, "Oh, I mean, I could take control, but you wouldn't be able to do anything." And I was like, "Oh, no thanks."
I'm good.
No, you can't go through my text messages. I've got a dark friend.
She just like takes over and immediately starts talking to your other benefactors.
Who are you?
Sorry.
Who are you?
I'll slay you.
I was here first. Yeah, well, I'm here now. The light's in.
Nero's soul becomes a battleground and gets rended apart.
My eyes.
There's
change
a
color
one-shot
when I
for
wake
ya.
up.
The battle
Two
for the
colors,
soul of
Yeah, I
Nero.
wake up. One eye is like
Bright.
just bright yellow, and one's just straight black.
Guys, I think something's wrong.
They came to a compromise.
I am a great.
No, we
guy.
didn't.
Alright, so
No, we didn't. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
Get hot stone massage for Jim Jar.
Yeah, so we take him to Gurnik.
Okay. Gurnik greets you with a knowing, I don't know, smile's not quite right, but glad to see you back. Doesn't look completely shocked for you to be coming back with a petrified ally.
Reasonable.
He did know that she was there. He was aware of this.
Yep.
Wait. Yeah, that's right. Do we still have
Do you have the components required remaining as
Do
well?
we have any left?
Oh,
You
the diamond?
only did one to cure her 2 levels of madness back to 0.
Yeah, I think we still have one left.
So you have 100
Dust.
diamond dust left.
Yep. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll give him the 100.
Ooh,
diamond.
This is just an
Rob
just
not
an
work.
NPC.
It's just an
with a
NPC.
crossbow.
Honestly,
It's a valuable
if he
friend you
just-
have done before you knew me.
honestly,
That's true.
If he just swung his pickaxe, then this would save us all.
You didn't even use your pickaxe.
Oh,
Yo, can you
there was only
stone?
one rock
Could you
there.
stone shape Jim John to something a little bit more intimidating? Why don't you give his
I
muscles?
try to like give him,
a little,
some like definition.
give him a little bit more muscle so that when he sees Senny next time, she's like,
I
"Look
make
at
it like
Soul,
I
Jim John."
make him grow by like
I know.
I think I can do like 2 inches or something.
That's amazing.
Can we?
It's
Go
done.
ahead, can we?
Well, you're out of stone shapes for the day.
Correct. Are you doing that?
I can make him like an inch or 2 taller, maybe. I don't know.
Magic.
Cast the spell, roll an Arcana check.
Maybe we should.
I
maybe we
Bryn
should
doesn't
think
do
about
this. I'm not doing this.
All right, we bring him back.
I'm not gonna risk our friend's life to make him grow an inch.
What about his biceps growing an inch?
Nope.
There's a different story.
Also, not worth his life. Okay.
But an inch. That's like a lot of muscle.
Right.
An inch in that place can go a long way.
When he's like, I've risked my life for that.
An inch further, apparently. So you guys scrounge up the last 100 gold worth of the diamond dust that you had and give it to Gurnik, and he performs the familiar.
It's really nice that we had exactly 100 gold worth A diamond dust left.
Yeah, it was like I shook out the bag and just like a little bit.
Exactly.
It's
It's
the
like,
it's
and
the
now
only
we
it's
have-
the only reasonable like quantity increment for a spellcaster to get it in is like 25 or 50 gold pieces worth
Yeah,
at a
but you
time.
get like a pound of meat at the grocery store, so it's like 1.01 pounds or something.
Well, it's like if you take your diamond dust to somewhere with like higher inflation, do you need more of it to cast the spell? Or?
I'm not appreciating this.
So he sprinkles the diamond dust over the Jim Jar statue, and just moments later, the color begins to return to Jim Jar, and you see the petrification reverse. And Jim Jar, somewhat confusedly, pulls out the crossbow
And shoots
it's
your
just like,
Suddenly you were you were petrified. So?
So,
no. Alright.
how did we get here?
Well, listen. So
you
died.
looked at a Medusa.
I told you specifically not to do that.
It's true, he did.
I've never been a good listener.
Yeah, actually, so that's we're gonna have to deduct fees from you. Let's see.
Don't take
The
that.
lesser restoration person costs.
My spider senses tell me that my coin purse is already light enough.
I will
Well,
also
we're gonna put you on a performance review plan after that
I
nonsense.
do hand him his 200 gold share.
Ah, okay.
20 platinum.
Speaking as somebody who recently got her mind spring cleaned, I don't like this whole deduction thing we're trying to do.
Well, now that you mention it, Yormik is down 100 gold to the party. Split evenly.
Right.
We'll deduct that from your
I'm
fees.
gonna start charging you for inspirations.
By the quip.
I'll start charging you all for WOMP services.
It's like, oh Nero, are you doing okay over there? Do you want some help? Or-
Fireball.
1
No.
platinum per point of damage prevented.
3 weeks of consulting work? I don't know. Pretty expensive.
Oh dear.
Alright, anyways.
I feel like 10%.
We've devolved into consulting.
So, we should probably rest for today.
It's not a.
I feel fine.
That's great. I'm happy for you.
I've only used items so far.
I truly
I'll go
am
to sleep.
happy for you. What do you say we drink?
Drink? I could drink
We can
again.
You know what? We should go back to the inn before we fall asleep.
No.
And you can try and fix your watch or whatever
Yes,
that thing
right,
is
again.
that you.
I'll
tend
go
to
drink
fail.
with them.
Actually, probably did it. Probably already did it.
I like
Okay.
you failed. Oh, you doing it? All right. All right. So we go back to the tavern.
Drinking.
We're drinking. Dice game.
Drink? Yeah. Okay. Just fun. Simple bar.
So we're playing the drinking game
Again.
Oh god.
at the bar.
The side. I'll join.
Bryn's
All right,
in this
well-
time though.
I'll join the drinking game in a minute.
This is our day.
The remainder.
Senny's
of it.
gonna come by and see.
Alright, Eldritch and Jim Jar in.
Everything's
Oh!
It's a grand.
Hey man, I have 2 full sets of matching dice. If you think I'm not gonna use them, you're a crazy person.
18.
17.
Kevin?
What are we talking
18
about?
or
The D-
17?
He's-
12 and 11.
No.
I have a 1.
3.
Nope. Okay. Is that your D?
30.
70.
I have a 12 and a 9. Wait, do you match the 100, the percentile
Hundreds to
together?
hundreds, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, alright.
One.
34 and 30.
Oh.
Oh, no, sorry.
No. So I have a 70, and then I have a 8. So the 2d10s.
Oh,
are
hey, I
two
matched my
separate.
30s with each other though.
All right, you're good.
Counts.
Dun-dun.
And with Jordan's.
Oh,
Jordan's a 30
so
also.
30's in.
Can I match a D4 with a D6?
No.
No.
It's all the same die match each other.
D4.
Oh hey, I got 5s on the D8s also. I'm so good at this game, you guys
There we
suck.
go.
Can you send one of the 5s over? Because it adds to the group of ones that we can match with.
Oh, sure. You got 30 and a 5.
So, we're sure they're probably fine with us just, like, not doing anything for a little while.
Well, it's going to be. So we're going to take a nap for the next 8 hours, and then we're just going to head back in.
It's reasonable. Another round.
I got a 2 and a 3 on my D4s.
I got a 4.
You're matching a 1 right now.
Okay. I got a 2 and a 3 on my D6s.
1.
1.
Was that your first roll or your
This is
second
my
roll?
second one.
And then a 4 and a 0 on the 10.
Zero's here.
No. That's your set. Oh, yeah, there is a 0. Single 0 would have matched.
On the 10?
Yeah. And this is still your first roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then whoever got that matches. Zeros.
Get it. Round
Alright.
2.
I'm going to put them on.
Eldith is drinking you all under the table.
Jim Jar, why are you still not pursuing the love of your life?
I mean, she's married, so that's a start.
D20 is a 9 for me.
12 and a 6.
How sacred
Or are we just matching or?
That's a dice game.
D12 is
I thought we
a
were-
10.
I already won.
9 and a
like
4.
Liar's dice or something.
6.
No, you said 4 on your D12, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Jordan's
bingo.
A
Actually, yeah. Ooh,
Daddy.
I bumped the camera. Whiplash.
So what level of serious are...
We're really having this conversation right now. Alright, 50 and 4 for me.
6.
I got a 1 on a D4. And a
That's
3
it?
and a 3 on a D4?
No.
What do we got?
1 matches, 3 does not.
I'll be casting Identify
50 and 4.
on his shirts.
On the
Oh, yeah.
10s and 1. Either one of those.
I can help you with that.
And then
How's your plan?
1 and a 2 on my
How's your plan two?
D6 and my D4.
I got a 2 on the
I thought they
D6.
were gonna do
I
like a
don't have
liar's
that.
dice thing.
Okay.
Round 3.
Well, if you want to do it, go
Alright,
ahead.
here we go.
Oh, we'll liar's dice after this.
It's like 2 and 2, right?
Sure. Yeah.
13.
4.
3.
Oh, right.
1
Sorry.
D20. 10.
13.
Uh,
3.
A 12 on the 12?
Nope.
A 13 on the 20?
No.
A
Yes.
a 3?
13. I have a 13 on the 20.
I got a 3 on a 20 also.
Eldith is just wrecking.
All these dice match, so those are, yeah.
3 on the 12.
3 on a 20.
Double zeros on the 10. Then 8 on the other one.
No.
5 on a 6.
Yeah, that's already out here. That's his
Nice.
control group.
Oh, wait, and a 1 on a 4?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, alright, sweet. Jim, Eldith crushed you guys.
Eldith
Oh.
What the heck? That was crazy.
won. Eldith just won.
Come on.
Well, that's it. We'll call it.
Call it. Eldith's the champ.
Eldith is
I showed all of yous.
Yeah, I'll let you got me.
So these dresses. You
I
think
want one, because they're pretty cool.
I'm gonna knit them into a ninja outfit.
Oh, do you guys actually identify them at some point?
Yeah.
Me and Casey.
So they don't possess any magical capabilities outside of basically it's like preservation magic that kept them looking pristine and not falling apart.
Wear it on top of my armor. Protective from slime.
Sort of, I mean,
Anti-slime.
so it's not magical enough that it would qualify the same way as like Nero's armor that couldn't get dirty, but it's a similar type of enchantment.
Sure. Resistant to all non-magical bludgeoning piercing damage.
I'm gonna whisper to Brandon. Do we want to tell him it does something completely ridiculous?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get a cookie while you
Any
guys
ideas?
figure out what this does.
Something makes him irresistible to any woman he talks to.
I don't know as you guys are scheming.
Does
for me.
does Yormik like women?
I think so.
Yeah, sounds fun.
I like where this is going.
Ooh, makes me a foot taller.
But he can't see it.
No, we just.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
I'm a pretty good liar, but I think you're best.
so you said that one makes you irresistible to any woman that you talk to?
Except giant woman, yes.
Oh wow. I don't think I don't need that. I don't need any help being irresistible to women.
And I
Sure.
certainly don't need it.
Yeah.
Nero's
You
got
you don't need it?
Nero's got saloon.
Nero is already in like a love triad or something.
Triad.
You have like your sword, Salune, this mysterious love interest.
That we
Should
still
I-
don't know about.
Should I not say the S word in front of your sword? What?
They probably
That's
like
a-
each other.
It's super
Feel
serious.
irresistible.
What? Yormik, you don't need a piece of clothing that makes you irresistible to
Right.
women.
But you know who does? It's Jim Jar,
Oh shit.
who's also been
Hey
drinking
man,
with
fuck
us.
you.
Look, it's not that. Like you said, she's apprehensive because she's married. This circumvents that.
Yes, it certainly does.
You can't lose.
Because of the implication.
Yeah.
No, we don't get it. Like, it's not fun to mess with the NPCs. We just, you know.
No, it's true. So I could also try to steal her from her husband first, and then you can pretend to beat me up.
See,
which you
now
can't.
that sounds like a great plan.
That sounds like a great idea.
Now we're talking genius.
But how could you possibly steal her away from your husband? If only we had something to make you irresistible to women.
Wait,
Ugh.
wait.
It's a
If I
pickaxe.
put on this dress,
Oh.
she will find me irresistible.
What do there's 4 dresses, right? I'm assuming there are
Five dresses.
5 dresses. I'm assuming there's varying degrees of frill and pink that they involve.
No pink involved.
Oh, because they're all
Many
brown.
very dark colors.
Okay, less fun. Still.
Some
makes
a
me
little
look
more
the
sheer
most
than
like-
others, though.
There we go. I find the most ridiculous of the dresses, and be like, yeah, this is the one that, yeah. If you're willing to do it for Jim Jar,
Jim Jar, for you, do you want me to do this?
I
How much do you love the love of your life?
Jim Jar,
Uh,
the only risk here is that Senny is unable to forget her feelings for Yormik after all this happens.
that does seem like a pretty legitimate risk, but I mean, all things considered, I've got to say, I mean, I think I'd rather Yormik be with her than Dorbo.
Oh, is Dorbo a terrible guy? We could just kill him.
Right. Oh.
Near whatever
Yeah,
drink
but,
near
yeah, but
ahead.
Dorbo's super racist.
He just-
and
he
you're
just
super
did one
racist.
of
I feel
these
like
things.
he would get
Teppy's
along.
just like, eh. What was that now?
Nero just did one of these things.
It's a different Dorbo. You don't know.
I grew up with him, killed my family. It's fine.
Yeah, real jerk of a guy.
Similar name though. It's
Loves
here they
rat
share
people, though.
similar traits. Cross names. Anyway,
Dorco.
so Jim Jar, what kind of music does she like the most?
What have we done?
Exactly what we wanted to do.
What else are we gonna do today?
She's really into like eerie, ominous cave sounds.
What?
Is that like?
You're into this girl?
Alright, well,
No,
I
it's just
gotta play
it's just
this for
what's
you.
playing.
Sure. Oh, I see. Do you know? Does she drink anywhere?
On occasion, but I don't know.
Well, here's a great idea.
Oh, Jim Jar.
Sorry, I was petrified today. I don't know what that voice crack was.
It's very gravelly.
Wait, it's perfect. We bring her, and either, well, I guess it won't make sense. That's what we're going with. We bring her to the Singing Stones. Bryn does his whatever happened there last time. That was beautiful music.
Thank you.
I don't know how you do it. Great job, love it. But that should be perfect. It'll be the perfect setting. We'll have you standing there in your dress. We'll have you standing there in your dress. I'm sorry. I seem to be behind on my prayers for the
Clearly
day. I'll
also-
be back.
Clearly, also
Nero
works
goes
on
up
elves.
he goes over into our room.
Nero's the dress. Is it too much for you? I can.
It's amazing, yes.
What if it doesn't
I simply
only
am
affect women?
astounded.
I mean,
Nina was blushing a little bit.
He was trying to resist the irresistible.
And that's just with you holding it.
wow.
You should go put this thing on.
I mean, I can't even look at you.
Maybe I should get. Can I borrow one of your rooms? I don't know what's gonna happen if. Anyway.
You can borrow mine.
Okay.
Okay, so what? As you pass are
Yeah.
you hear some sort of combination of what you're not sure of if it's crying or laughing, because it's definitely laughing to the point of tears.
I will don the dress. Does it shape
Don
to fit my form?
That was my real question.
Not really, no.
It's okay.
Can he fit it on his person though?
Is it too long?
I mean,
is he tripping over?
No, so it's
Imagine it's like a baby in one of
it's
those.
not. It doesn't magically fit the way like it doesn't magically reshape to fit you properly, but it is still made from silk that sort of stretches in a way that makes it a little shorter and a bit wider.
Yeah.
And you're not like you're not like a fat Durgar.
No, I'm
you're
specifically
relatively thin.
That's in my character description.
It is. Also,
this moment.
I looked back. I
Norman
made me
is not a
laugh.
fat Durgar, period.
It made me crack up so bad when it was like, "What's he sound like?" And you put Irish-ish, and I didn't remember reading that until I looked back because I had him submit one for Vera, and this whole time that if someone was like, "What is Yormic's accent?" I would have said Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah.
Which I'm like, I guess if there's a definition of Irish-ish, Scottish has got to be pretty close.
He's freaking Scottish and you put Irish instead.
So this dress.
So this dress
All right. So
looks terrible. It is no, it doesn't even look that bad. It's a pretty tight fit.
Yeah.
It is certainly not built for someone with your stature. And it is mostly sheer,
beautiful.
like sheer.
Sheer. Well, it's a good
Yeah,
thing I'm
it's
not
like
wearing
it's
anything
like you're
else.
wearing like a dress that covers about as much as like pantyhose would cover.
That sure is great.
Yes.
So
okay.
I mean, the real question is,
I have a shirt probably.
I was gonna say like, what's under this sheerest of sheer dresses?
I'll take a bed sheet. I will fashion a toga that goes under the dress.
like plaster.
So I've composed myself. Whatever he's doing, I've composed myself and rejoined everyone downstairs.
So,
All our deception checks are now at disadvantage.
right. So toga. So yeah, we got this going on. Toga
So
underneath.
what
So
the
as soon-
fuck are we doing?
As soon as Yormik walks out, I'm just gonna like stare at him and be like, "Hi,
Can I buy you a drink?
I don't know that I've ever seen you quite like this before."
Well, this is a lot. We can't lose track of the mission. As much as I'm flattered and would love to explore this another time, we need to.
I see.
we need to focus on Jim Jar
When I,
finding the love of his life.
and when I see,
A Yormik orgy is called a Yorgy.
and when I see,
Nina, would you like to trade rooms tonight?
yes,
I mean, no.
I think I need to get back.
No,
Dude,
Vera,
I
we
need
can't do this.
I
Can't do what?
I'm behind
No,
on my
Vera.
prayers again.
Behind on my prayers again.
I go back to the room again after seeing the new rendition of Yorvik.
Seeing way too much of the rendition
So-
of Yormik.
Jim Jar is someone who would know this, because of course she would. At an hour like this, where might Senny find herself walking?
This is what happens when we veer from the mission.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Are
got
you
one
upset?
shot.
You guys
I
want to
got
go, like,
3 natural
a
20s on deck for
city
this.
threatening monster, or do you want to dress Yormik up?
These are the people the city hired during. They had a council. just this morning, they had a council meeting of all of the most important people in to hire us to get rid of it. We're trying to find one of the 2 city leaders.
On that note, can I use Mage Hand to pinch his bottom?
Yes, you
Alright.
Well, feeling particularly confident at the moment.
Oh, Lenny broke me.
Perhaps, I mean, is this worth doing at the moment, or?
Livingstone's greatest hope.
So you could bring up an excellent point.
If the leaders of the city are happier and in better relationships, then the city as a whole will be back on track, and we need to do this for the city.
Right, so are
believe me, if we didn't, I don't
So
know
are
that I
we
would let
prepared?
you go for anyone
I
else.
understand how irresistible I am right now. So are we on board with the fact that when I seduce this world leader, that her husband perhaps will be frustrated?
I think her husband will understand.
I don't think you can do that.
Do you think we get
I want to keep you to myself.
Elvis just like her husband could join in. Who knows?
too much? So are we looking for it right now, or I mean,
I think we have to. I can't.
Happy's giving me some kind of look behind the bar over there.
I bet he is.
I don't think we can leave you in this outfit.
I need
without-
make an insight check at disadvantage
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you're just
I'm a little drunk and I really want to believe this. So that's a natural 1.
so you're a little confused as to why Tappy seems to be the only one not like doing like Gaga eyes over you, but you don't question it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's
he's
just-
curious
He's
about what he feels.
he's just
yeah.
like a little yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, I don't know about that. But either way, are we?
Did you still have your black hood on?
No. I made a mental note of that. To not have that on.
You'd be so mysterious.
That's true.
No, I think you have to let these baby browns shine. What color are your eyes?
I think they're all white.
These baby whites shine.
The only
Pearly
picture I've
whites.
seen of a Durgar
They're
had
so-
only white eyes.
They're so milky.
Milk, yes.
Oh, that's true. I guess the one piece of art that I have for you is pretty like white eyed like that.
So am I going to seduce this person or not?
Yes, but don't forget you need to do
Alright.
it for Jim
Jim
Jar.
Jar.
Oh, and she might be playing hard to get.
So Jim Jar, where is she?
How the fuck do I know?
Oh, you stalked her probably.
I don't appreciate your tone.
It doesn't matter if it's right.
I don't know where she is.
Insight check.
Sure.
No, I don't know. 6, 8.
You don't think he knows,
I don't
but
think he knows.
you've both been drinking. I don't
Alright.
know.
Tappy,
Right?
where's Senny?
At this time of day, I would assume at Diggermatic Hall.
Oh, well, that's.
Of course, that's where she is. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could just walk in there and see what happens.
Do we think we would start a riot?
Probably.
We might
Look what happened here.
We might have to keep you hidden from the populace, or we want to have a gaggle of women chasing you.
Fair. So, well, okay. So
We should really wait till she's home. Do you know where her home is, Tappy?
where does she live?
I don't know if it's like the White House, where like most people know, and
I assume also in the hall or nearby. I don't know exactly where she
You gotta
lives.
take work home with you then. I will distract her from her work. I will sneak into the most heavily guarded area of the city and sway the world leader with my weakness.
I don't think you need to sneak in. I think you could just charm your way in.
We'll figure
I would
that
do
out.
anything for you right now.
But
Anything.
All right, he's mine. Okay, back off.
You don't know that.
so,
He's just not that into you.
I start very sort of laughing.
Real
And this makes it makes she's crying instead.
so I will head towards the door.
You're so good at splitting up families with how attractive you are right now.
It's true. So I'm gonna walk towards the outside of this bar.
Okay.
Why are you indicating that, Jordan? You want someone to stop me?
I'm just saying that's what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, you are.
Why didn't you just say you had?
I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
I'm heading to Diggermatic Hall.
I will follow a good 10 feet behind him.
Oh, a good 10
A
feet.
good 10 feet. Get the angles all right.
Yeah.
So you
Clean 10 feet.
you exit the front of the foaming mug and are immediately confronted with a small crowd of Zurfniblin children being led by who
This isn't
you
what I
presume to be
This is not what I wanted.
their school teacher.
Oh, okay, that's better. Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it a she?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
And she looks at you like you have 3 heads and are wearing a see-through dress.
Hello.
Children, look away, look away.
Right, yes. Best to leave them until they're older.
You fucking pervert.
That's terrible. I don't know what happened. That's not what I...
Think of the
That is what I said, but it's not what I meant. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's terrible. We're gonna cut that out of the recording. This isn't live.
New name, Yorm Kelly.
Oh my god.
Let's stop being funny real quick.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, how...
It's a family show.
Yeah, I don't really know where to go from there.
No, that's rated.
No.
There's a mature content.
Yormic about faces and goes back into the
Yeah.
foaming mug. He's like,
Yeah. Even magic can't save them.
nope.
Nope. Yeah, no.
You think about saying those words out loud, and then even Yormic realizes how messed up of a thing to say it is.
Yep.
He stops himself, and he goes back to the bar.
I had like 4 different sentences, and I said one word from each of them. And it did not come out in the right order. Oh my gosh. D&D, everybody.
Did that come out right?
No.
Definitely not.
Guys, I don't think this is working.
I think it's too much power.
Is it working?
We might have to destroy the dress.
Perfect.
No.
That's cocked.
Cocked. Yeah.
No, but also yes.
Go for it.
I'm gonna put this away for now.
I think you have to for the sake of us all. But let's keep that in mind in case we need to charm anyone in the future.
That's a good point. What do the other 3 do?
One makes you a foot taller.
I think that's what makes your teeth white.
Makes them fight?
White, like really, not fight. White, not fight. No, just. It's fine. Sorry.
Do they fight each other?
No, the color white.
The color fight. It makes them red?
No, the opposite of black.
Oh, white.
White, yes,
White.
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 That's what I said.
What's the last one do?
It actually makes you speak in gibberish. No one else can understand you when you wear it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not sure why anyone would make it.
Well, I'm gonna sleep.
There's 5 of them, though. Right? That was only 4?
Yeah, there's 5 of them.
Yes.
The last one, I think, allows you to mentally communicate with all gelatinous oozes.
Ooh. We should probably use that.
I think so.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
It does sound pretty powerful.
Yeah. Especially for our current predicament. I think it's the most important of them.
It's a deal, really.
Sleeping.
I'm not in his room. For clarification.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Reasonable.
Tappy's just like, Master Brewmantle Iron Brewmantle
Brew Iron Man Mental.
Brew Iron Man Mental. Perhaps maybe we leave the dresses to I don't know, the ladies maybe, or
Does it concern
maybe
you?
just not that one. It's rather don't get me wrong, it's very flattering, but it's very like I could see your butt.
I was part of it. That's reasonable though. I will no longer.
And I appreciate it, especially once we start getting some of the other patrons in after the end of the work day.
All right.
you Durgars, you are strange folk.
Yeah. Powerful, unstoppable force, but strange, perhaps.
All right. Well, another round.
Perhaps.
I think I'm done for tonight.
It's like 3 in the afternoon. I think, isn't it?
She knows what she said.
It's getting near quitting time.
Just seeing York earlier with the dress on. Just
It's too much.
lost track of time.
I'm going to bed.
I'll also sleep.
Sure.
More monster caves.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I feel like I would be reasonably able to make a good effort of transferring some scrolls into my spellbook, or attempt to anyway, despite my level of exhaustion as of late?
What are you asking?
I'm asking if I feel like my exhaustion since the incident with the mind flayers would make it harder for me to transfer the scrolls I have into my spellbook, or attempt to.
Do you currently have a level of exhaustion?
No.
Then no. I think you probably feel relatively fine.
Well, if it's really 2 in the afternoon or whatever,
Yeah, I mean you have the whole evening still.
I might try and do the. I have 3 scrolls. The scroll of protection from fiends.
Pretty good.
And try and transfer that into my spellbook.
Yeah.
And learn it.
I think it's specific. That one's specifically protection. There's a.
I'm guessing it's supposed to be protection from something. Protection from some more generic version of the spell.
It's evil.
Yeah, I think so.
I have
And
second
you
spell.
need to pick fiends. Okay, that's one of them.
Basically, spells.
If I can't learn it because of that, that's.
The kids are too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I knew what you meant.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that is
Like
not-
they're too young to be.
so. It's
looking at
protection
you.
from
Yeah.
evil and good. It's a
Yeah.
first level abjuration spell.
That's-
That's like.
And yeah, so when you cast it, you
Yeah.
pick one. When you put it as a scroll, you pick when you create the scroll.
That's not
So,
what-
yeah,
that's
you
not
can use
what it
that
is.
scroll to learn the spell.
Protection from evil or protection from
Protection
fiends?
from evil and good.
Okay,
The
yeah,
whole,
let's try
the
it.
whole
2
spell.
times during the night.
Okay.
It's great.
I forget what the
I have no idea.
So-
what learning a spell.
If we want to do it
things.
offline for the roll, we can. Because I don't know the rules at all for that.
Copying the scrolls, it's a DC of the levels factored in, but it's an Arcana check essentially,
Yeah, first okay, yeah. The con check and the higher level the scroll, the harder it is.
and
So
it
the formula-
costs resources.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
for those.
If it's the school that you're from, it's halved in terms of hours and gold per level.
When a spell is copied from a
Isn't it
spell
like
scroll, the
100
copier must
per level?
succeed on an Arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
So
If the check succeeds, the spell is successfully copied. Regardless of whether it succeeds or fails, the spell scroll is spent, destroyed. So yeah, go ahead if you're gonna spend your afternoon that way. It takes a couple hours, I think,
There's a
right?
material cost too. I don't know if you.
But it's in your school, so it'd be half the time. So I think this would only take you an hour to do. I think,
Okay.
because I think it's usually 2 hours for every level of the spell.
Yeah.
You did it.
12 plus 7, 19.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you spend a good hour focusing and yeah.
I thought we tried that before and,
I think so
and
too.
he
But
pulled
it's a
it out
bonus.
since
It's
it
a
was
bonus.
hours.
It was for the watch thing that you were gonna or his necklace. You were gonna inspire him, but it wouldn't work out.
Because it takes several hours
Yeah,
to do that.
right. And
I
the
would
inspiration-
have let you inspire because this literally only took 1 hour. Well, wait, no, but the
10
inspiration only lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for
Yeah.
They work that way.
I continually inspire you.
Go,
You-
go!
you
You,
do-
can do it.
I have 5 inspirations.
That last
10 minutes each. So, like,
so
the better
almost
part
a
of the
whole
hour.
Almost a whole hour.
Yeah.
But then you're like, go, go.
I mean, at that point though, it just becomes like okay, you're just aiding and just
Yeah,
roll
just-
advantage or
yeah.
something else. But yeah, no, you learn protection from evil and good.
That's
pretty good.
Yeah,
I've got the spell.
not bad. All right, and then I think your amulet needs reset. I don't think you
I
did
have an
that.
11 written here, but I can for the DC. But I can roll again if that's wrong. I think it's right.
I don't think you rolled for this day yet, because like
Okay.
the first thing would have been the like the council meeting, and then you guys sort of going to do your shtiff in the Rockblight.
All right. So once I'm done, close my spellbook up, put it away, in my little side satchel thing, and then get to work on get my tinker's tools out, and start get my magnifying glass out, and get to work. Natural 20.
Yup.
Good work.
That a girl, Vera's
it-
so much better than
It
Wickham.
cannot fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think with the natural 20, it
Best
can't
fit.
misfire,
I believe that's right.
and I don't remember if there's another effect, but
On a natural 20, there's no chance of failure.
yeah, so it will definitely work.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I like where that item landed. Is like it's complicated, but not like ridiculously so.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's like 10 till 10 right now, and so you guys spend your evening
Sleeping.
relaxing, regaining energy. Eventually, head to
Getting
bed
snacks.
after a after a revelrous afternoon and evening. Rest finds you, and you all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Let's go.
Dude, I can smite more. Salune Volt.
All right. So this next day, the plan is to go back to the Rockblight.
Yep,
Yes.
straight back to where
Yep.
we
And
were
if
at.
that dude, if I catch wind
but
that that
doubling
dude
back,
is saying
basically.
he killed the Medusa, so help me.
So help
I
me.
will
Yeah.
extort
Be
him
turning
for
in-
more money.
I will extort him for more money. It's like, yeah, actually, there's like a 10,000 gold bounty on this thing.
That's
but
crazy.
apparently,
He's
Sark
not a
went in
guard.
and killed it by himself. It was really impressive.
Dude's no longer a guard. He's a freaking
Retired bitches.
he's
I'm
a-
leaving Blingden still.
He's a noble in the city now.
I'm gonna go retire to Neverland Grove. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Tip your waitresses.
Yeah, you have fun in
Fun there.
We just
idiot.
let him go.
Yep.
Smooth sailing.
All right. So you all awaken the next morning, feeling well rested, having regained your energy. Doing anything before you head back to the Rockblight?
Nope.
Into the rock blade.
Straight in.
Okay. So you return to find Sark and his crew once again stationed at the
Sounds like a
same.
bunch of goons.
Right.
You find
Sark and his gang.
Sark is great.
Hey,
What's up,
He's
man?
got like the coolest last name though of all of these guys. Sark Axe Barrel.
That's no
Yo,
better
let me
than
axe barrel you.
Mantle.
Okay, that's fair. But he's a Sverfniblin, not a Duergar.
Yeah.
It's true. He couldn't pronounce my name if he tried.
Brewmantle.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Brewmanter.
Brewmandel? Blue Man Group. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
Other dwarf.
Alright. So
dexterity
they open the gates for you. You travel down the long entrance hall into the Rockblight. At the end of it, you find yourselves once again at that initial fork, which you now know you take to the right, head around the small pond, turn northward, or to the right on the map that you guys have, even though this part's not on that map.
Yep.
And you find yourselves back in the Crystal Cavern, where you previously found that
That's a dark
Sverfneblin
Souls area.
statue. To the when you're from the Crystal Cavern, the northernmost stairs lead down, and that was what took you to the Medusa's lair. To your right, which is to the east, there's another staircase or a tunnel stair that leads downward, as well as another tunnel basically between the one due east and the entrance to the Medusa lair that doesn't seem to go particularly up or down, but just heads further east also. To the west, there is 3 different
Meant to happen. It just like cracked.
The cards were it was split like right there, just sitting like that,
This protection equals
and it was showing
Nice.
protection of good and evil.
I'm just like, okay.
to the west, there are 3 different
Dope.
paths that you can take, and they all seem to be stairs that lead upward. There's one that sort of looks like it heads back, like southwest. It almost looks like it could potentially meet, I don't know, southwest. So basically back towards Blingdenstone proper. There's another one that is in the middle that again just heads west, and one more that is like northwest staircase. All 3 of those staircases go up.
I will walk towards the northwest staircase and begin going up.
I'll follow. Same.
Okay.
Actually, I'll probably like shoulder next to, if not in front of Yormik.
Reasonable. It's happened before.
Maybe even give him one of those, like, grab him by like the scruff of his like cloak and like get in front of him, and then like pat him on the back of his shoulder while I'm going by.
All right. So you hit up those stairs. They're not very long. It's probably about 40 to 50 feet of staircase before the stairs crest to a small landing and an opening in the cave wall to your left that opens into a large, smooth cavern. The floor of this cavern looks to be worn smooth, but the walls are somewhat rough. A great menhir carved from an enormous stalagmite stands in the center of the chamber, marked with dozens of empty sockets that might once have held gems.
Okay.
Who has the gem?
Mira.
The gems.
Mira?
Me.
That's my cat.
Oh.
It's true.
Me.
Is there any?
So the rest of this chamber, you see. So it's about 80 feet in its longest dimension from one side to the other. So you entered this room from like the northern side. You see another entrance to it. It looks like the stairs that would have been that middle staircase to the west would lead to this room from the south side. And there's a third, much wider staircase that is going west, but you see that only like 20 feet up, there's just a huge cave-in on the stairs.
This must be that path that Gurnik mentioned, where we could sneak around behind the Pudding King's domain. And that one dude with the cool last name, Pickshine, I think was his name. He said that his crew could clear it out for us if we could cleanse this area. Sounds like that described?
Yes.
Okay.
Feels
That
pretty
is
close.
mostly correct, although this if they clear it, was going to be where they mount their
Frontal assault.
yes.
Okay, sure. Almost had it. It was a month ago.
Pretty, yeah, I was going to say
Forgive me,
pretty
yeah.
close for it being a month.
I'm impressed.
So there's nothing else going on here.
There's no commotion. Nothing seems to be moving here.
I'll walk towards the men here.
Same.
Yeah. So a men here basically is like, kind of like the rocks at Stonehenge sort of thing, just like a really large stone. This one just happens to be carved from a large stalagmite that was presumably naturally occurring here at some point. It doesn't look terribly different from some of the ones that were at the Speaking Stones. However, this one is by itself and quite a bit larger than the ones at the Speaking Stones. But it is sort of, it's got a bunch of sockets at various spots around it that look like they at one point held gems or something of that nature.
So, I'll pull out the Soul Gem with Hallowed spell. Are we ready for this?
So what was the
Wait.
bane described as?
Ogremok's Bane.
What does it look like? Didn't they tell us what it looked like?
I believe it was described as something of a cloud of like dust and dirt and rock. Just this sort of swirling kind of entity.
How do we fight wind?
Does anything look like that happening around here?
No, it seems very still here. Also, something that I remembered somewhere over the course of the last month that you had asked about, and the fact that you are interacting with all these Zwerfneblin who are quite proficient with summoning earth elementals
Yes.
and everything. You would be aware that earth elementals and some of their ilk are vulnerable to thunder damage.
Dope. Not fire.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't remember if I mentioned it last time or not, but I thought about that and I was like, no, that's a thing that you
Makes sense.
would reasonably have found out if you didn't already know.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Is there anything any of you want to do before we start this ritual?
Nope.
Do we think this is where the ritual?
This is the temple.
Okay.
Do we think it's something that could vanish away permanently?
Yeah.
It's supposed to,
From
according to Gunnick.
Supremely confident given the
From a different
information.
plane is what you say.
Yeah.
It's probably really non-charismatic.
Get the impression that it's not going to be that easy.
No, he also indicated that Ogremok's Bane would not just let us do this. So once we start the ritual, he anticipated we would find some resistance.
Well, if the banishment works, then he won't have much of a choice.
It's just rocks. I tap the pickaxe on the ground a little bit. It's easy.
I would expect elementals, at least.
I don't really know how to prepare for this until we really get a good look at what we're doing. Do we have like an escape plan in case, it's a tornado and we can't fight it?
That way.
We just
Yeah.
Just run back.
Yep.
Seems like the only move.
Already the staff of thunder and lightning.
Get my hand on my
Thunder.
medallion, get behind my staff, and then just like, alright, spread out a little bit maybe?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to go stand over by that big opening.
The one that's caved in.
No,
The other one.
that's a smaller one. There's a bigger opening. in a
So yeah,
different
you
door.
guys came in what is arguably the smallest doorway, but it's not that much smaller than the one that's like on the south side.
We know where that one goes.
You could reasonably surmise that it connects to the middle staircase. So you saw like 3 different staircases to the west, and it's reasonable that
Just converge.
one of them goes to this temple.
Do it.
Alright. Don't know what one does to do this, but I put it into the
Okay.
Menhir.
Better.
So you place the ruby spell gem inside the one of the sockets on the menhir, and after a moment, it begins to glow. And because it's after 10 now, we'll pick up here next week.
Let's go. We
Yeah,
did it. Ogremok's Bane made up.
Dope.
Folktale.
Oh, we beat him.
It's not even real. It's over.
Yay.
Yeah, done. It glows red. You're done.
Then we head
Just go
back
get
and
your-
take a long rest, right?
That
That's how
means
this
it's
finished.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally yeah.
Good job, guys.
There's no encounter for this. I
Could've
don't know why
been
you
here
thought there'd be
yesterday.
anything.
Easy. You didn't need any spells. Just walk up.
Walk
Put
up
the
with
gem
the
inside.
All
rock.
you gotta do is put the rock in the hole. It's fine.
Yeah.
Put the
Sweet.
lime in the
Oh.
coconut and shake it all up.
Holy shit, guys! I can't believe that you're the fucking sheer dress.
Yeah.
And I was okay for a while, and then Lenny was dying, and I lost it because Lenny had
turns out
lost
after
it.
is contagious.
Yup.
Look, I will
Plus
not
the
shy away
explanation.
from the bit. Let this be a warning.
Yeah.
I will not shy
Oh,
away.
I'm so happy.
Oh,
I'm
it's
so
great.
happy. Like
That's
it's
I loved it.
exactly what I wanted to have happen.
This is exactly where we needed to be. We fought a rock and a drow, and I rocked a dress.
True.
It's a great back from vacation.
Yeah.
A plus first
That's-
session
that's
back
the-
in a month.
That's the hardest I've
Realistically-
laughed in a session.
in a while.
Thank you to like our average 7 viewers throughout the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you guys.
You're no average viewers. You're
They
above
were all
average
waiting for us to
viewers.
come back from vacation.
That's true.
And honestly, they were waiting for us to fight Ogremok's Bane.
That's true.
Merch
But
link in
instead
the
of-
bio.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're excited about Ogremok's Bane, just wait till you see what they
We
fight
gave you
next
quality content.
It's like from
Oh,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z over here.
week. Find out next time on Out of
Critic-
the Abyss. No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Ouch.
that's that.
Cut,
I'm
the
just-
shit. Yeah, cut that one.
Good,
Critical
goodbye
role.
forever, I think.
That's it. We're done.
Thick boy.
Offline.